Things are heating up now around the league, aren't they? Oh, they got hot. Well, we didn't. I'm talking about re-signing guys today, but listen, they just signed Tayshaun. How do you pronounce his name? Is it Tayshaun or Tyshawn? I'm gonna call him Tayshaun because by the rules of English, it's well anyway. Tayshaun Gibson at safety. Here's the thing, because as soon as they did that, Tayshaun, Tayshaun go out and check things out. We'll be sitting here waiting. I got your contract already made up, baby boy. All you got to do is come in and sign. But you go ahead and take a look around. Tayshaun didn't even bother to take a good look around. He's signed the 49ers already. Yes, I love that kind of result. But how did it affect my boy J-Dub? I don't know. 49ers' preferred path has been to re-sign Tayshaun, according to Lombardi, Gibson at safety. See if they get lucky to retain Jimmy Ward at nickel. Come on, Dub, you got enough money. Because Jimmy's whole problem is understanding Ward would prefer to play safety, right? Because that position just pays more. And Ward is also at San Francisco nickel, re-signing, it is possible. But one of the things we look at over in Commander's side, Payne, he's the highest paid DT in the league. What we said, wish we could find a way to get Payne out of Washington. Can't get him out of there now. But the Commanders must have heard everybody saying, yeah, we go get Payne, man. Y'all lag on him, but we got him. We're not lagging on him. He's going to get paid more than any other tackle in the league. Shut up. And so that's over. And by the way, see, the 49ers are saving money as much as they can. You know that. Wait. Okay, Rams. Y'all, I'm about to do a Jalen on you. All up on me on my Twitter, talking trash, knowing your team is ass. I'm telling you right now, Rudy, you can bring your contingent. You know what? I sit up and monitor you guys all the time. I'll be back. I didn't have time earlier. I'm gonna get you. I'm old. And besides, I'm forming my own group. We got you, man. It's gonna be all season is gonna be stupid on Twitter. I mean, you got Jalen Ramsey's leaving. You got 3 guys, which I don't understand. Here's one thing I don't understand. Suddenly the Rams just say it's the quarterback. All right, Stafford's untouchable. Of course, Aaron Donald's untouchable, and Cooper Kupp is untouchable. A few days ago, they were saying we're trying to shop Stafford now. Well, you guys are nothing. You're the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL. Shut up. You got 1.5 rings, 1.5 trophies in your spiderweb field showcase. Leave me alone. Y'all don't want to mess with me, man. Don't do you? Oh man, I'm telling you. They get me going, fam. I don't know. Let me chill. And you got the Aaron Rodgers show has taken on a whole new dimension. Aaron's going around. Aaron's a little tease now. He's got the Jets thinking, well, I might come. I don't know. I was thinking about it. Aaron, you're under contract. You're not the only person going to make decisions. Oh God! And people want Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco. You know what? I don't know. Maybe Rodgers would fit in. We got a lot of characters. He ain't coming to San Francisco, but because Green Bay would not allow that because they don't want to see Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. Rams, Hawks. No, don't say anything. You've got nothing to comment. Nothing. Just I've asked you people anyway. When grown folks are talking, you guys need to stay about that way. Stay up out of the street. And what else is it? This is. It's just so wonderfully a 49er fan right now. I can't wait to see what happens next because we're one of the few teams that's not just holding on to the edge of a cliff. You went hiking by yourself. Hang on a cliff. Help! Help! Can anybody hear me? Help! Yeah, we're not that guy. That's Rudy. Oh, God. Oh, now we get Scotty, fins up. Oh, man. You know what? They did get better, though, with Jalen Ramsey because the secondary wasn't all that bad. Well, it wasn't all that great, but it wasn't that bad. Add Ramsey, and the Rams get a couple of picks. Not even the first round. The biggest thing for the Rams is saving money. I know. Ronbo, get off the Rams. I know, but the Rams, you guys don't know. If you've been over to Twitter, maybe I've been going, they've been messing with me. All right, let me get over here and let's talk 49ers. I'll get them. I swear to God, I'll get them. But we got the must-resign guys. You know, the biggest priority on most of our minds is your offensive line, right? Niners, like every team in the NFL, know the road to the Super Bowl will ride on the backs of and strength of the men in the trenches, both on offense and defense. This has never been anything but the truth, the whole truth. So help me God. The budget is tight in Santa Clara this year. Every dollar must achieve maximum value. Now, how do you stretch a dollar till it bleeds? Well, Parag's have to figure that one out. The best offensive linemen free agents the Niners can afford may already be on the team. No, I was looking around at some of the trash. I bit my tongue. The pain is incredible. The best offensive linemen in the NFL are already working. They don't have to go to the unemployment office. And that's what it looks like out there. So the best offensive linemen, free agents, the Niners can afford may already be on the team. So you might make sure to get them back. Tonight we'll go to the phones. Over your take and predictions on the route the Niners will take towards success or failure regarding that old line. Also, why were the 49ers checking out OBJ? I know the 49ers, you know how the 49ers, John Lynch is always saying, well, we're never going to stop looking for ways to get better. Well, if there's an opportunity for us to get better, we'll definitely check things out. I want your opinion. You want OBJ on this team? Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I actually do. Because that would make it almost impossible for any quarterback we have to fail. Because if anybody gets hurt, and we do get hurt, because when Debo goes down to his annual leave, now I got Ayuk and OBJ. But when they're all healthy, are just ridiculous. Oh, I tell you. But here's a question. According to CBS Sports, Jonathan Jones, the Niners were among several teams in attendance yesterday for that Odell Beckham Jr.'s private workout in AZ. The other teams named included Panthers, Giants, Patriots, Rams, Cardinals, Bills, and Chiefs. As you know, OBJ did not play in 2022 after sustaining that ACL during the Rams Super Bowl 56 participation, well, which they had no business being. Let's keep in mind one thing, Rams fans. And 49er fans, you know what? Make sure they know it. If you're ever getting a conversation with them idiots, listen, the 49ers choked. They didn't beat the 49ers. The 49ers choked that game, all right? There's a difference between getting beaten and the 49ers donating that game too, which is exactly what happened. You guys finally got by, and good on you. We would have done the same thing to you. But the thing is, don't be walking around talking about how you just bludgeoned us to death. Took you how long to beat? Anyway, the Giants drafted OBJ number 12 overall pick in the 2014 draft. The Browns waived him on November 8, 2021. 3 days later, Beckham signed a one-year deal with the Rams. He finished 2021 season with 44 receptions for 537 yards and 5 TDs to 14 game appearances. 13 starts for the Rams and Browns per Pro Football Preference. So Mrs. Beckham's baby boy, of whom has reached his 30th birthday, has caught 531 passes for 7,367 yards and 56 touchdowns in 96 game appearances. Through 91 starts to his 8 NFL seasons played, he's a 3-time Pro Bowl selection, on and on and on. You know what's so funny about this? Remember Beckham? I actually was a little bothered. I was 3 or 4 years ago. I read where Beckham was on a red-hot pace that would surpass the GOAT, Jerry Rice. Really? Well, no. So you don't want. I don't want it. I didn't want him passing. He's not going to pass Jerry now. No doubt about it. But the thing is, I was bothered when I read that. I don't know. It just hit a nerve. I mean, it's not right to think that way. You want, in the NFL, you want guys to achieve. I just didn't appreciate it. Anyway, he ain't going to make it now. So he can come on and join us. Maybe he can get closer. The Niners fan will head into Wednesday's start of 2023 NFL draft, the free agency, I'm sorry, with the need to consider very seriously the state of their O-line. And there are a few players they could target. Mike McGlinchey is set to receive a sizable payday after 5 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, of course. GM John Lynch spoke to local Bay Area media while at the NFL Scouting Combine and explained the 49ers would like to have Big Mike to return to Santa Clara for the upcoming 2023 season, but they likely can't afford what that cost would be. So this is good because if Mike goes out there and he's disappointed in what he sees and hears, and he comes back, this is the old Bill Belichick gag. Belichick, we should tell guys that really deserve to be paid. He said, well, you go out there and I'm not prepared to pay that kind of money. So you go ahead and see what you can find, and we'll be here for you if you want to come on back and talk. So Mike's going to go out there, and fam, I got to tell you, I'd say there's a 60% chance, at least, of McGlinchey going out there and getting his feelings hurt if he thinks he's going to get somewhere between $10 and $15 million. Because here's the thing. You and I both know McGlinchey is good in Kyle Shanahan's offense to a degree. You put him in your very regular conventional offenses and have him stand there and block the quarterback or protect the quarterback. You got to run the ball with Mike McGlinchey. That's his strong suit. So that leaves him kind of limited to a certain amount of a few teams. So I don't see it. He'll be back. Phil, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Okay, listen, here. There's a limited amount of free agent tackles and even fewer right tackles that might fall in the price range the Niners would consider into their budget, which is tiny. It looks dismal, fam. Right tackle Billy Turner, he's 31 years old, played for the Denver Broncos. He's got 9 years experience. He got $1.64 million last year. He appeared in 8 games and played 88% of the offensive snaps in those games. This is the key stat for me. How much did he play? Now I'm wondering where he was for 9 games, but at the same time when he did play, he was in there all the time. David Quisenberry, he played with the Bills. He's 32 years old. He's got 5 years experience, which I don't understand when did he start. He got $1.75 million. Appeared in 15 games. I don't have a problem with that. He played 37% of offensive snaps in those games. I do have a problem with that. That means he was platooning, and we've got plenty of guys who can do that. And tackle Greg Little. He's been with the Dolphins. He's 25. I kind of like his age already. He's got 4 years experience. He got paid $1.56 million with the Dolphins. He appeared in 16 games and played 50% of offensive snaps in those games. I suspect he was platooning with a veteran. He does strike my curiosity. I want to know about him a little more. Tackle Cedric Ogbahai. Was it Ogbahai? Is that right? Ogbahai. Anyway, his name is spelled Oghuehi. You work with that. Anyway, he's been with the Jets. He's got 8 years experience. He's 30. Cedric's 30 years old. That's not bad for an offensive lineman. Last year he got $1.12 million. He appeared in 7 games. It's a really red flag. Oh, it's bleeding red. And played 69% of offensive snaps in those games that he did appear in. See, we don't need people who aren't going to be able to play and are getting wiped out every week because we already can. We do that better than anybody in the league. Why should I bring somebody over this like that? This is why I'm thinking our guys are going to need to look to their own offensive line, free agents first. Niners starting center Jake Brindle is set to hit free agency, but a much more affordable rate than Mike McGlinchey's asking for. In Brindle's 3rd season with the Niners, he's 30. Jake's 2022 salary was $1.3 million, a career high for him. And Brindle also is mobile enough to handle the demands of Coach Shanahan's scheme. Not only that, if you've got a center that has worked with Kyle Shanahan and knows how to orchestrate to the tune, whereas he can actually read that defense quickly and relay that information back to the quarterback and make audibles and things like that, although Kyle doesn't allow that. But anyway, at least the quarterback will know what's coming and what to expect when that ball is snapped. This is very valuable in Kyle Shanahan's offense, so that's why when Mac left, boy, we were in big trouble. Mac is a quintessential perfect fit for Kyle Shanahan's offense. He's brilliant, he's strong, he's fast, he can get out. So now we're going to be searching for another one of those. Lynch, though, is high on Jake. We'd like to have him back. This is a quote. He's a good player, and I think he played very well for us. We'd like to get Jake back, unquote. And Casey's fave dude, now free agent, is Daniel Brunskill, fam. Has played all across the line. But don't laugh. Another player that wouldn't break the bank, okay? He's 29 years old. Daniel B. had a 2022 salary of $2.43 million, also a career high for him. Why? Because he was appreciated in San Francisco. Biddle was a key contributor to the growth of rookie right guard Spencer Burford. The two guards spent the season rotating in games, lining up next to McGlinchey, which was already dangerous. Offensive line coach Chris Forster helped the two make the constant transition seamless. Lynch loves the dude. Lynch went on and went crazy on him. Danny, he's a stud, man. He really is. He really hit at Spencer Burford. What? I'm telling you right now, I'm a Brunskill fan. I mean, even if he doesn't start, I want him. I feel more secure knowing if anything goes wrong, here comes Danny B. We're all right. You know? He's that perfect Band-Aid if you haven't got a starter. And maybe Burford is a starter. Apparently, 49ers are pushing in that direction. So, Lynch went on to say, Danny, he's a stud, man. He really is. He really lifted Spencer Burford. I talked a lot to Chris and Kyle, and the exact way Spencer broke in is the way I broke in as a starter. I had a guy, Barney Bussey, down in Tampa, and we would rotate by quarters sometimes. Eventually, after about 3 games, I took it and ran with it. It wasn't that Spencer never took it and ran with it, but it was just working really well. And Dan is a good football player, unquote. John knew he said too much and walked it back a bit in that quote. Hey, I mean, Lynch, you can be proud of yourself. It's no problem. Regarding the extremely important center position with Shanahan, though, Shanahan football, the Niners are unable to lock down Brindle, and already the Texans are already the Texans, same team that got the Texans could have got what's his name, Cleo? What's the OC? The NFL exercises laws when they feel like they want to do it. The Texans, even though the 49ers don't want Jimmy G, the Texans were already talking about him before they were supposed to. That's categorized as tampering. Some teams have been seriously punished for that. Some famously teams have been punished for that. Miami Dolphins. There's a number of teams. But anyway, Jimmy can go to Texas. Or the Raiders. They're both looking at him from what I understand. Anyway, Keith Ismail is another candidate, though, that the team already has on the roster. Ismail, who is now 24, perfect, was drafted by the Washington Commanders in the 5th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, where he played 18 games over 2 seasons. Ismail did not see any playing time with the Niners last year, but he's someone that Lynch and the club believe in. Lynch also shared that Brock Purdy's roommate, Nick Zakelj, was that right? Because I've been calling him Nick Zakel and leave the J silent. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Could have potential to play center along with Jason Poe. And from what I heard about Nick, he's got an attitude. I want a center with an attitude. If I get another Richie Incognito that's talking trash before the ball is snapped and threatening guys and eye gouging people if the refs don't see him, I like that in my center. I really do. Anytime a guy would do something like Richie, spit on him or something like that, that's a guy that most defensive linemen don't want to be bothered with and probably think he's out of his mind. You don't want to mess with crazy. You really don't. But between Zakel and Jason Poe, neither of the 2 young players have spent any time at center as the staff didn't want to overwhelm the 2 rooks. As the Niners look toward free agency, the brain trust knows all-world Trent Williams will be playing the left tackle with Aaron Banks at guard next to him. Fam, I got to tell you right now, with them 2 over there in the left, I'm anytime. And Aaron Banks with a year under his belt, working next to Trent, learning all the tricks of the trade. Oh, hell yeah, I like that left side. We are set. It would be tough to get any better than that. Oh, man. Spencer Burford likely will lock down the right guard position. But who steps in center and right tackle is where his uncertainty as the free agency period starts to uncloud. The picture may become a little more clear. Oh, man. My nerves are killing me, man. I can't wait till Wednesday, my God. What we gonna do, Niners? Because the 49ers always come up with a shocking surprise. And we say things like, what? Where did they get that? I thought they didn't have any money. Whoa! I want that whoa guy to come over, you know? Since we couldn't get Jalen Ramsey to come over, and first thing, I see Debo picking Jalen Ramsey up at the airport if he did come over. Yo, man. Debo, what you doing, man? What you doing here? I came to pick you up, bro. We need to have some talk before we get to San Francisco. I'll get an Uber, man. No. Come on, Jalen, you're going to Miami. Shut up. It's the Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here.
What's up, Ronbo?
Pop, man, we're getting ready to see what's getting happening. The action's about to get underway. And
I'm so excited. I'm so fired up. I can't wait for the 49ers to do absolutely nothing.
We're used to it, Pop. I mean, I like to get myself pumped up because I get a rush out of it, you know? But don't hurt me with reality.
Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and this person and that person. We have not restructured one contract.
I know.
We have re-signed McKivitz. And my prediction for offensive linemen is that the big signing is going to be either Brindle or his backup.
Ismail? I think Ismail's already on the contract. I think he's already on the contract.
No. Who's the backup center last year and backup guard? Brunskill.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's going to be one of those two guys that's going to get signed. That'll be the offensive lineman, and then they'll probably wait to the second tier free agency. They may sign a kicker. They need to get a better quarterback, but who's left? They don't burn. They don't set the bridge on fire and blew it up with Jimmy G. So they can't go that route. They would have an inside track for Jimmy G, but that ain't happening.
Yeah,
plus Jimmy's got money on the table now because apparently he's going to be like the only the pretty one at the prime without a date. So he's going to have suitors.
Got a project. We got an echo going on. Guys, thanks. Production's on it. We'll see if we can adjust that. Pop, here's the thing. You know, if we go into this season with nothing more than what we have, Pop, was that good? How you gonna do? I think we need to draft a kicker. You can't. Pop, you know what? Hey, listen, Robbie Gould is coming back. By the way, him and Lynch are bluffing. I'm already on board. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think so, dude. He's like they've kept that dude against his will. He's been living out of hotels, and his family's back in the Midwest, man. So he'll probably play for Chicago next year. Chicago got all that money. He'll sign a 2-year, $10 million deal at Chicago with somebody.
Well, Big Show's got us drafting that the child of great expectation. What's his name? The kicker. I forget which school he's in. What I don't
Michigan?
know is, is that what's his name?
I forget his name. Something like school or something silly.
I think it is Michigan, though. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, he's the Michigan kicker. His name escapes me right now. I'm not
because
quite
he's not
sure.
A household name yet. You know,
exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Listen, sometimes you got to go to where the truth is, right? And the truth right now is the fact that it's like radio silence out there right now, right? As far as I'm concerned, as far as the people I know it's radio silence. Yeah. Only person that's been spitting the truth has been Jimmy Ward, and he said the 49ers have a quarterback problem. And he's right. They got a quarterback problem. They got a problem with their stupid locker room and their little in the Cabo clique controlling everything. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, it's like the clique from the WWE.
Do they have cliques? You know, you knew there was going to be trouble in paradise this year anyway. I didn't expect it to seep over into the locker room, though.
Well, it already has.
Oh, it's Jake Moody.
Listen, if you're not in Cabo, you ain't on the in crowd. Come on now. You see Andy Reid at Cabo with Patrick Mahomes? No, you don't. Only this Nimrod does crap like that. So it's like, and you didn't see a quarterback there either. So they're not on the in crowd. So this is no telling what's going to happen. I did hear one thing though. The one thing that I did hear, and again, I keep hearing this, and I don't know how true it is, but this is what I'm hearing, is that the hold up with the Aaron Rodgers deal is that he's trying to finagle his way to San Francisco. He's trying to finagle his way for release. Is what he's trying to do.
And you come on and say, listen, whatever you guys can afford, I'm with it. Don't worry. I got paid mad money. But you know what? I
don't think it's about money for Aaron Rodgers. I think it's about money with the Green Bay Packers because of how they run the front office. I think it's personal with Aaron in the front office over there. He's got tons of money. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's about money to come to San Francisco. I think it's about living out a boyhood dream. Really?
Wait, Pop. I forget. The Packers still own the rights to Aaron while he's running around here negotiating.
Well, I know he owns the rights for Aaron, but remember, the amount against the cap and actual cash that you have to pay somebody is two different things, right? So if they release him in June, then they're on the hook for like $15 million against the cap this year, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, but the reality is that they got to pay that man almost $60 million, Ronbo. That's a big chunk.
Be there. He's not even serious.
That's what I'm saying. And he don't want to be there. But he doesn't want to go to New York Jets either.
No, you think not? You know, he's been teasing the Jets. The Jets are over there writing ballads and singing. Here's the thing. You know, if Rodgers, and you know him as well as everybody else does, Rodgers has an ability to pull antics that he might be able to do, just as you say, finagle his way out of Green Bay. I can see him now walking into the office butt naked. What do you want? You guys have taken everything from me. Down through the years. Aaron, where are you close? Listen, let me finish talking. Down through the years, right. I have asked you for nothing more than this, this, and this. And what did you give me? You gave me grief. And now you gave me I understand you paid me, but you needed to pay me. I'm the best quarterback you can get. You know, I can see Rodgers now and the owner sitting there. Aaron, listen, put your clothes on. You've got it. You're out. Okay, we'll get rid of you on the date that you asked for. You could be right.
There's literally two quarterbacks right now that want to play in San Francisco, but they don't want to do training camp. They won't do none of that shit. That's Aaron Rodgers and that's Tom Brady. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just telling you what the heart wants. Now, I don't know if that's factual. This is what I'm hearing. Otherwise, the New York deal would have been done. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to Green Bay to call the books. Say, okay, pay me $60 million, but I'm not going to do shit until the games start. Then I'll do something. I'll do a little something. But they know damn well that they pay him $60 million. That's not bringing home a Lombardi. This is not going to happen. It just ain't going to happen with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. They know it. Aaron knows it. We know it because we're in the way, right? So Green Bay has zero shot at a Lombardi this year and next year and the year after that. So do you want to spend $60 million, $120 million for no results?
I'd be crying. If I was the owner, I'm crying my eyes out every
Wouldn't
time
you be crying?
I hit that go button. I mean, we just got through loading up his account with this amount. I'm doing this every month. We're 2-7, and Rodgers is playing like he could give a care. You know, I almost said it.
Right. These contracts require money in escrow. If that is money that is tied, that is capital that's tied up. And Green Bay is a small market. A team that's owned by the people, they don't got money like that. They don't. So whatever the case is, I don't see them paying that full salary for Rodgers this year, but I also don't see Rodgers going to New York Jets. I'm hopeful that maybe a 3-team trade could work out. I don't know.
Ooh.
But ultimately, the biggest issue that we have right now can't be fixed in free agency, and that's quarterback. We need a quarterback that can stay healthy. Sorry.
Well, hey, you know though, Pop, does that exist? I'm trying to understand, and
yes,
and Coach won't take credit for take any blame. Why is it we've had every quarterback we've ever had since Kyle Shannon's been there has been laying up bleeding or in the hospital with his leg up in the air it's just in a sling. I'm starting to wonder why?
Don't wonder. Don't even wonder. The reason is that they put more money in the D-line than they do O-line. You got 20% of your cap in the defensive line. You got 15% of your cap on the offensive line. And the quarterback is the most important position in sports because they touch the ball every single snap. So you want to have them protected. But the reality is that Kyle Shanahan's ego is bigger than the 49ers.
Yeah.
No, Kyle Shanahan's ego is bigger than the 49ers. He believes that it's his system. That's how come you keep seeing bombs. I'm dead serious. Like, for example, don't even be surprised if Kirk Cousins is all of a sudden in the picture, because they announced today that they're not going to re-up Kirk Cousins. They're going to let him play out the end of his deal.
You know, Kirk Cousins has pimped his way to being a multi-millionaire ever since he did Norm up a job in Washington. Yes. I'm kind of impressed with Kirk. It's no wonder he's wearing them chains and looking like a pimp that day. You know, franchise tag for how many years? And then he came and got a blank check in Minnesota.
2 years in a row. It was 2 years in a row, and then before you know it, he had a fully guaranteed $68 million contract or something like that. Kirk Cousins did that.
Kirk Cousins get the Mac Daddy of the Year, the Players Ball next year. Kirk ought to stroll on in there with a fur coat.
I'm not mad at none of them. I'm not even mad at Trey Lance, dumbass, for trying to run people over in the NFL. I'm not even mad at that. You can't be. That's just who he is. Well, so it's inevitable that he'll be hurt again, because he's gonna try to run through, 3 defensive linemen.
And Kyle Shanahan's gonna stand back. I told him to hand the ball off. It was an option play. That's what Kyle did the first time. He's supposed to get the ball to Debo.
Kyle don't take no bullet for nobody. He doesn't.
I know, right? But passing the buck is shameless. I mean, you guys should have worked on this in practice. For those of us who understand the game, Trey does not make that mistake if he's all coached up in the proper fashion. And running between tackles in the NFL is suicide.
That's the big thing. That's the whole big thing, right? Like, Kyle has an offense, right? 49er football, right? Jimmy ran it. Purdy ran it. And he ran something completely different with his rookie quarterback. And, with your rookie quarterback, he's got to learn, but he can only learn from his mistakes. He's got to throw those interceptions.
But the mistakes cannot take him out for a season. That's the problem.
Yeah. But you had the right guy who played the most out of all the quarterback prospects under center. Mm-hmm. He played pre-action. He has no problem turning his back to the defense. Mm-hmm. And they didn't play him that way. Mm-hmm. And it boggles the mind of everyone except for Kyle Shanahan, who will say, he's supposed to hand the ball off. He should have protected himself. Purdy should have got rid of the ball quicker. All those are true facts. But I told you Trey was going to get hurt.
Yeah,
I told you
Kyle's getting called out on that.
I told you Purdy was going to get hurt. I told you that. And it wasn't me being pessimistic. It was that I saw Purdy rolling out when he wasn't supposed to. I saw Purdy throwing a ball late. Those are things I saw. I'm like, he's going to get hurt because he's small. Not because, if he's 6'2" or 6'3", maybe he doesn't get hurt. But he's 6 foot, that low center of gravity is real low. And you're gonna hit the arm hit, the elbow hit. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. But this is Purdy's second injury. This is second injury because the first he had the ribs. Okay, then he had the elbow. And now, is he going to come back? Is he going to be the same? We don't know what he's going to be when he gets back. We have no clue. We don't know.
To add to that, he is showing the same symptoms as everybody else. Hurt. Yeah. Hurt again.
I don't know. The part that's play calling, though. Remember, you got to know as a coach, if I'm sitting here telling you he's throwing the ball late like 30% of the time, if I'm sitting there telling you he's bailing out for no reason to the left, if I'm telling you these things, that means other defenses know that. That means Kyle Shanahan's smart ass should know that. But for some reason, when he draws up on a whiteboard, he thinks that, okay, this is the reality of being cleat in the grass. Okay, and it's not. You can't control every variable, but what you can do is you can protect players from themselves. You can move the pocket. Didn't see that happen.
No.
There could have been boots.
Pop, this is I could talk to you for like 5 hours, man, because I'm feeling all of this. We got to go now, though. But let's tell you what, we're gonna find out Wednesday. Pop, you're gonna be right. I know I'm gonna come in and say, and winner and still undefeated champion, Papa Dragon, the 49ers gonna pick up a soul.
They're not picking nobody. And tell Kyle Shanahan, the Captain Cabo of the Cabo clique, that he's got a double drop kick for me and Mama Dragon coming right in the balls because he deserves it.
Bob, you
Dude,
go
I
ahead.
swear to God, they're not going to win nothing with this man at the helm, dude. They're just
God.
not.
Something's got to change. Well, Bob, I look
Something's
forward to
gotta
talking to
change.
you. I'll be back Wednesday looking for you, and let's announce whether or not this is it. This
We'll
is
see what
the change
happens,
that people
right?
are- All right.
And the 49ers have landed run skill for a 2-year, $4 million deal.
Stop it, Pop. I had a happy on until I said, stop it. I'll see you Wednesday.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and go
I'm
get
hoping
Orlando
to.
Brown. Prove me wrong and go get Orlando Brown.
Ooh. Oh, God.
Go get
I've been
Orlando
talking about
Brown.
it.
Prove
Pop.
me wrong.
See you Wednesday, Pop.
Yes, sir.
All right. And give my best to Bam and Boom and Mama Dragon. Night, fam.
I will. All right, man.
I'm always optimistic. I'm that guy that's about to drive over a cliff, but I think I'm going to survive when I hit the bottom. Instead of looking like Wile E. Coyote at the base of the canyon, or Goofy when he falls off over a cliff, screaming, I used to, boy, I used to love watching Goofy. And it's time to chill, pill, Phil.
I'm speechless.
Phil, I know you're the.
Here we go.
I love when you come in after
about
Pop.
Aaron Rodgers again.
You knew it was going to happen.
Papa Dragon dreams about sleeping with the man.
Phil! Jesus.
I mean, God, give us a break. He's not coming to San Francisco. There's no three-way dream trade. We don't have the cap space. And for him to say that we haven't renegotiated any contract just because he doesn't know doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Okay? The Niners have traditionally not announced renegotiation contracts until a couple of months from now.
Well, yeah, to be honest, they really don't say much before they sign people. But Phil,
what we need to think about is how do we fill the gaps. I think Tayshaun Gibson was a huge signing.
Yeah.
It buys us time at safety, so now we don't need one of those third-round picks for safety. It also allows us to afford Jimmy Ward. And so we get, instead of Bates, which people were talking about out of their rear end,
for safety,
we can afford Tayshaun Gibson and Ward and still save money. So, yeah,
you know what? You mentioned Bates. That may have been why the 49ers
important
immediately
piece to this
signed
team.
Gibson.
He's a very important piece because he's the guy, the Swiss Army knife. And at center, I don't know. Brendel walks. There's, the guy Kelly from Indianapolis. Indianapolis has been threatening that they're going to drop him as a cap hit.
Oh, yeah. Somebody was talking about him a while back. That's right.
They saved like $8 million. He's 29 years old, but
Good.
He's perfect for our system.
How much did you pay him, though, Phil? Where are you getting the funding for that?
Well, if he gets cut,
oh yeah, we make a deal.
Open market, right? So
but a lot of people will make a deal for him. Yeah.
So it comes down to which teams need a center, and maybe we can get him on the cheap.
Because D'Amico knows exactly what Brendel gets. He's going to tell his people over in Texas, listen, you offer him this, he'll be over here in a heartbeat. Okay. And there he goes. Because the 49ers are not going to get into a bidding war with Texas.
No, they're not. But, the Kelly kid might come up because Indy's been threatening that they're going to cut him for a cap casualty. So there's going to be a lot of cap casualties coming down. We've seen it with the Rams already. So
I love it. Every time I look at the dailies, all I can see is blue and gold and exits. I feel like I can hear that tune from the movie Spartacus. Dun, dun,
I mean, they're rebuilding.
dun,
Are
dun.
rebuilding. And they got Stafford. They got to pay him like $50 million next year.
They were trying to get rid of him last week. Now all of a sudden he's untouchable.
Yeah, trying to get rid of him, but nobody's going to take that contract.
You got to be a complete idiot. Even Trent Baalke wouldn't take that deal.
No. Nobody will. And so the Rams are struck. You know, they're stuck. They're going to, you know, it's almost a walk in the park to win the division. Seriously.
Phil, could that be why the 49ers are not going to be moving with any sense of urgency? Because they'd have to work really hard to lose this division. The Cardinals are dead meat. The Rams are sailing off into God knows what.
They've got the division with the team they got on contract right now. It's a walk in the park. Not only that, I think they've got the NFC.
Wait a minute.
Who's their competition?
Phil, Cynthia, are you serious? This just in, Phil. Aaron Donald just retired. Cap space can be cleared up. Cynthia, please tell me you're joking, right?
Okay,
go ahead, Phil.
About that, but yeah. I mean, he's looking at the writing on the wall. He's not going to be playing for a winning team. He's already made his money.
You know, why
it
should you have
just
to get
means
hurt?
all the remaining dead cap goes on this year. So the Rams are still going to be struck this year. They're going to be able to rebuild after this, but it's going to take them a few years. So
few? We're talking a decade
I look
minimum.
at the Niners winning the division for the next 3-4 years. Win the conference. Philly's not in great shape either. They got to sign Hurst, and they lost 12 starters out of their lineup, far more than we lost.
As soon as they pay Hurst, it's over as far as being able to keep people around him. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and these people say, oh, Jimmy's gone, we burnt that. But Jimmy's going to make about $30 million a year.
And you know, I said anywhere from 20, 25, 30, somewhere in there, and with incentives if he doesn't get injured. Jimmy Garoppolo's only a bad quarterback to 49er fans. Anywhere else should be fine.
Carr's making 37 and Geno Smith's making 35. Jimmy's making 30.
Yeah, minimum. Or else he doesn't need to. Everybody offers him less, he just walk away.
But here's the thing. He's going to be the highest paid free agent this year. Mike McGlinchey is going to be the third highest paid free agent this year.
Hey, Phil, you think so? I'm glad you touched upon that. You think Mike McGlinchey's going to get paid? I'm again think he's going to come back. Hey, John, I'm willing to. Can we talk about
he's
coming
get
back?
Paid.
You think so?
There's too many teams needing a right tackle. McKivitz is going to start at right tackle. He had a higher rating than McGlinchey on pass protection. He had a lower rating on
Everybody does. He had a lower rating on the running, though, yeah.
But I tell you, McGlinchey's going to get paid. He's going to get paid $15 to $20 million, somewhere in there. And he's going to be the third highest paid guy in the free agency, which means we're going to get a third-round comp pick for him.
Oh, I forgot about the money. That translates to picks. You're right.
Exactly. Jimmy's going to be the highest. We're going to get a third round for him. Plus, we got Mike McDaniels. Plus, we got D'Amico Ryans. We're going to have 5 third-round picks next year. Not this year, but next year.
We got several. We got 4 this year, third-round picks.
We got 3.
Okay.
And we got 3 because we traded our own.
Oh, I forgot we traded. We
got our own picks, first through 7, next year, all intact. And then we're going to get another 3 to 4 third-round picks comps. So we're going to have a ton of picks, not this year, but next year. Yeah. And
our core still signed. Nick's got to be signed. Phil, there's no need to get into that conversation heavily yet. But, I just wonder what's going to be the baseline number. Is Nick getting $35 million and up?
Probably about 32, somewhere in there, 33. He is the best defensive player in the league.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got Defensive Player of the Year. That already added a couple of million to whatever they were going to give you. So, okay.
I mean, but this year they're gonna sign him this year, and his cap hit this year will be relatively low
because it doesn't go
and most of his cap hit's going to be down the road.
Yes.
And by that time maybe Trent Williams is gone, because he's not going to last forever.
I wish he would, though, Phil.
And,
what are we going to do at left tackle? There's no, unless the 49ers are scouting real well to find some kid that's in high school or about to go to university. We got to get some band-aids for the left tackle. It's an important position. Joe Staley and Trent Williams to nothing.
We got first, a second round, a third round, 4 3 rounds, probably a couple fifths because Evilcom's going to be. I'm hearing $10 million for him.
I know, right?
So,
money's no object now in the NFL. For the cap is going up and everything else.
But we're going to get a bunch of. Because of these free agents, we're going to get a bunch of picks, and we're going to be able to build off that. Now, if Indianapolis releases Kelly and we sign him, that doesn't go against us as far as signing a free agent because he was released. You sign these release guys, it doesn't hurt you. If you sign your own team, it doesn't hurt you. Like Sean Gibson doesn't hurt us as far as getting comp picks. Yeah. So, I think we're in really good position. If we ever got someone like Aaron Rodgers, that would be a disaster.
Can you imagine the hoopla? I mean, if we won the Super Bowl, I guess it'd be normal. But as soon as something goes wrong, then the 49ers are now rethinking their decision to sign Aaron Rodgers after paying $60 million. And Rodgers is said to be in that dark retreat again, trying to figure out what he wants to do for his future.
I don't want this wrong.
I know what you meant. They're bringing Aaron Rodgers over here. It is theatrical antics. Oh, my God. See, that's no. And people are still screaming about bringing him. Brady, bring him out of retirement. We're desperate. It's like, Phil, one thing you got to be with Pop. The thing is, our quarterback situation has grown, and we are afraid. We are raw, Phil. Where that rope's been burning since how long? Why can't we be like other clubs? They get their quarterback. His name's established as the face of the franchise. What do we get? We get about 5 or 6 faces maybes.
Well, don't count out Trey and Brock yet.
Well, no, but I mean, why are we having this conversation about Trey and Brock? This goes back 2017.
Because there's a lot of dumb people out there that think Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers is the answer.
No, but I'm saying
not.
Even up until this
point. How
point.
many Super Bowls has Aaron Rodgers won?
One out of, I agree with that. Get me started on Aaron Rodgers. I'll get that argument in a minute, but I love talking bad about Aaron. Aaron Rodgers gets a lot of love for a guy.
And how many times have we beaten Aaron Rodgers?
Too many. This goes all the way back to Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the thing is, though, the Ravens are having an issue now. For some reason, Lamar thinks him and his mom can negotiate a contract. He made the mistake last year.
Lamar's going to be with the Ravens.
Oh, of course.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
That's what's going to happen because that's his only team that wants him right now.
Nobody's going to give guaranteed money. What he's talking about. You're not going to get Deshaun Watson money.
Two first-round draft choices and all that guaranteed money for a guy that hasn't played in December for the last 2 years. You think Jimmy's been hurt a lot?
You know what?
Lamar Jackson's been hurt a lot.
Phil, blame the Browns. They were out of line, giving Deshaun Watson 200. What did you do?
The rest of the league isn't going to fall for that.
Oh,
they're not going to fall for the Browns.
Stupid. Oh. So, anyway. Fam, we got to go. Hey, Phil, I'll be back Wednesday.
I look forward to tomorrow, see what the Niners do. They got to fill their spots. If they get, if they don't get Brindle, then they got to go after someone else at center. Try to fill that. And then, go the rest of the route with the draft. And I like this kicker from Michigan. You can probably get him in the 5th round with one of our fifths.
Yeah, and most people have their kicker.
The guy can kick a 60-yarder. He did it in the playoffs.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So,
all right, Phil. I'm glad.
One thing about Robbie's leg is starting to get shorter and shorter. So,
Pop, you broke my heart, and Phil sort of put a Band-Aid on. I stopped bleeding. All right. Well, Phil.
All right, Ronbo. Well, anyway, we'll see tomorrow. It's going to be a busy week.
I'll wait till Wednesday. See what develops. If something crazy happens tomorrow, I'll be back, though. All right.
All right.
All right, fam.
Talk to you later.
Looking forward to it.
Okay,
Night,
bye.
Tony. Jake Moody.
Ronbo.
Let's write his name down. Tony, we're here going over how miserable we are. Because we failed to realize we've been down through a nice glittery path of the last few years, but we just didn't pull the ring at the end of the ride, and so we're pretty much knocking everything. But Tony, we need an offensive line fix, and I know what Papa Dragon said resonates with you. You probably echo the same sentiments about it's Kyle spending $2 on the offensive line and $1 million on the defensive line. I hadn't thought about that. Well, you know what? We got a lot of money on the left side, though. But Tony, your feelings on this and anything else you want to add?
Well, I mean, the group of people like myself that pointing the finger at Kyle is starting to grow, isn't it, Ronbo?
It kind of is, huh?
I mean, this is, he's a great coach and all
Don't
this
forget the
garbage.
guru and genius.
Yeah, he's a genius and a guru. And
yeah.
I mean, if he's a genius and a guru, well, what's Andy Reid?
I know.
God?
He has to be in the seventh heaven. Tony, here's the thing. We were absolute butt cheeks before he came. So we still cling to this possibility that we might finally get it done. I think that's what it's mostly about,
Look, I know there's a lot of pushback on this, Ronbo, but he was absolute butt cheeks before Jimmy Garoppolo came as well.
That's true, huh? I hadn't thought about that.
All right, he couldn't win 2 games with at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy came along with the same team that he couldn't win any games with and won 5 straight.
Yeah.
But, like I said, there's going to be a lot of pushbacks on that, but that's the truth. And Jimmy got a lot of our players paid. Kittle, Debo, the list goes on.
Juice.
Maybe even Shanahan got that 6-year extension.
Shanahan even got paid. Because if there's one thing the 49ers did, although people don't want to give any credit for it, they would win. As long as Pretty Jimmy's out there, they're going to win most of the time, right? So, that's why I'm scared. I keep thinking, well, we saw Purdy. He was winning. Maybe we'll be okay. And then Pop points out one thing that's really clear to me, and I know it's true. Purdy's too small. He's going to be stretched out a lot.
Well, there's only been 2 of those elbow injuries ever in the NFL.
Oh, my
And
God.
Kyle owns both of them.
Who was the other guy?
Nick Mullins.
Oh, that's right. They busted Nick's arm. That's right.
So, I mean, he's a good coach. He's a good offensive coordinator. But this great thing and guru thing, I mean, we always say quest for 6. We know we want to win a Lombardi. But under Kyle Shanahan, let's change it up a little bit. How about quest for 1?
The little picture of Kyle next to the shirt. On the shirt next to the printing. Forget about quest for 6 / mark on it. Quest for 1. Because we're knocking at the door and we just can't get in. Come on. Damn it.
The other thing is, Ronbo, we've got 49er personnel scattered all over the place at the Jets, at the Texans, at the Dolphins. And if these guys, they've just jumped into the hot seat, but if these guys start building teams and they start performing a little, even better than we are, a lot of our guys are going to start looking, saying, maybe the grass is a little bit greener on the other side. I've had enough of this bloke. Well, I want to go over here and they want me. You know, the Texans will take whoever comes from the 49ers that's a half-decent player. I mean, don't tell me that D'Amico Ryan wouldn't sign up Jimmy Ward in a heartbeat.
He would. And I got a feeling that's where he's going to end up.
You know?
D'Amico probably called him on his private phone. I mean, I don't know how they monitor these situations. They must have some kind of algorithm to know if coaches are talking to their players. I don't know how they know, but they always find out tampering. So if you want to go call Jimmy, and you can say, hey, let's go out to lunch. For what? And there's a monitor that comes on the phone. D'Amico Ryans, this is a former 49er player. You're now with the Texans. You're not allowed to talk to him, and you will be reported. I said, I'd be on my phone. What? Oh, my God. So I don't know.
I often wonder how the other players are looking at Kyle, because Jimmy Ward, they'll turn around and say, man, you insulted this dude. This dude took pay cuts to stay with the team. He's a team-friendly guy.
I agree.
And you still had the balls to insult him?
Ooh, I agree. But I mentioned that when it first happened. Kyle, that was impolite. How are you going to talk to Jimmy like that after the years he's given us, the things he's done, and then just tell him, look, it's either the nickel spot or the bench. You cannot talk to him like that. Kyle walked it back and said he never said that.
Well,
of course he
mate,
would.
if you want to... Of course he would. He'll say he never said anything. Haven't you seen him? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Brock Purdy broke his arm, and I'm sorry. This guy slammed his head off the ground, and I'm sorry.
Don't forget about Trey Lance.
Broke his leg. You're sorry Trey Lance broke his leg. Mate, the guy's not a running back, you doofus. He's your quarterback.
He's learning. You got to protect him. He doesn't know. You don't run him between the tackles in the first game. His first start. Whoa! Second start. I'm sorry. It was okay.
Could you imagine if we had a first-round pick? You could bet your ass that they would go for Anthony Richardson, right?
Oh, heartbeat. He looks like all there is.
I think this kid's going to go in the first round. If you had a first-round pick, maybe not to start, but even if you wanted to put him in a development program, he's an athlete. You know what I mean? He can sling the ball 70 yards.
And can run like the wind. He's strong.
Yeah. And he's 240 pounds.
Woo!
Now, there's a bloke that Kyle Shanahan's hell bent for leather to run between the tackles that you might get away with.
He's got 1 year.
What's his name?
Who?
I just mentioned his name, bloody, from the Chiefs, the coach.
Oh, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid showed you in the Super Bowl. You have to protect your quarterback, and if you do, he can still hop around on one leg and win you the game.
Mm-hmm. And he literally did.
People want these Lamar Jacksons, and I said on your show a long time ago, Lamar Jackson's never going to win a Super Bowl. But they want these guys that can run and this and that and the other. But if you look back at last season and see the amount of quarterbacks that were injured, they're all running quarterbacks. And who done the most of the running in the Super Bowl? It wasn't Kermit the Frog.
No, he had one long run that freaked me out. But yeah. I don't argue with people about that anymore because they seem to take it the wrong way. I've always said, I need a quarterback that is a quarterback first. He has the ability to run. But I need for him, it's 11-11. No, it's not. With that quarterback, it's 11 defenders against one offensive guy because he's usually taking off. Now he's on his own.
Look.
And I need him to be a quarterback.
I agree with the quarterback making a run, Ronbo. But I also agree that the coach should say to him, listen, under no circumstances do I want you to run unless you can see the hole, all right? And you think you're not going to get creamed. It's safe enough for you to make that run. Go for your life.
That's what I'm talking about, Tony. It's not a first option. I don't. Kyle's got that in his playbook. I don't even want it on the playbook. I want just what you just said. If you see the opportunity to run, you take off. That comes from experience in the NFL. In the meantime, he's got to sit back there, learn how to throw out of the pocket, and use the other guys on the field. Now it's 11 on 11. And then when if he takes off, just like what's his name did to us in against the Falcons, Mariota, now you beat the 49ers over pursuing. There's a lane right there. I'll sit here and wait. 49ers, I'm over here, guys. Here's the ball. Come get me. And then you run into the end zone. That's what I feel you on that 100%. But don't be running no design runs.
The element of surprise is much more effective than when an opposition team comes up against Shanahan, and the first thing they say in the coaching room is, just watch out for those quarterback runs that this idiot makes all the time, boys.
Because if I'm a defender, I hit that quarterback as hard as I can. They're going to tee off on him, so you're putting him at risk. Tony, we're going to run out of time, though, and I can't wait to see you Wednesday and see if Papa Dragon's right on target. Do the 49ers not do a damn thing?
Well, who's Nick Zakel or whatever? They might put him in center.
Yeah. Well, they've got two other guys, Poe and others. I don't know. I want a real center. But Tony, I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, brother.
All right, fam.
Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward. All right, good day, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy?
It could be better. I'm nervous. I got a lot of nervous injury going on right now.
I'm nervous too, but at least we had good news today. At least we got the other guy went to Miami, so that saves us.
Well, we had gotten to the point we abused Jalen Ramsey to the point I wasn't really considering him any problem. If anything, Jalen Ramsey should be happy that he got to leave out of the NFC West.
No, he's probably happy. I bet a lot of Rams players would love to leave LA.
He was going to church, Michael, to pray. Jalen Ramsey is not a religious individual. He acts like it, but he was serious this last couple of weeks. He just wanted to get out of L.A., whatever it takes. God, please help me get out of this place. I'm sick of this. Now they're talking about cutting my salary. They would restructure me every 15 minutes. You help me get into this game. Help me get out of here. Jalen. The Rams is just not a place you want to be.
To Miami.
It worked.
Hey, at least he's going to be with McDaniel, so that's all right. They'll have a better team with Miami. Rams or nothing.
Yeah, and they know it.
I mean, I heard today, the Rams are going to look bad this year, and I think the Cardinals look bad, and I think the only competition is Seattle, but we can handle Seattle.
You know what's funny? You're right. It's going to be the Hawks. The Hawks, Pete Carroll.
It's going to be the Hawks.
Michael, let me ask you a question.
Pete Carroll and Shanahan, head to head.
But let me ask you this question, just because it would be interesting. If you had a choice, and this is the right time, the temperature is exactly right, to ask 49er fans, if you could, get rid of Kyle and hire Pete Carroll, would you do it? Would you do it, Michael?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
I mean, what else can go wrong? You bring him in, he's gonna maybe things will get better. Maybe he knows much more than Shanahan knows. You never know. I mean, Pete Carroll's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
And
he's been in football for a long time.
Yep. You look at Pete Carroll. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a good coach. I don't have nothing wrong with Pete Carroll.
Not either. I joke about him, but Pete Carroll's damn good. Gene D, don't misunderstand. I don't like you, Gene D, but I like your coach. Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, if the Niners, if he ever got released by Seattle and the Niners look like crap, I'd bring him in. Bring Pete Carroll in. What could go wrong? I mean, if you look at it.
Because they're going to compete.
On Pete.
They always compete.
Yeah, it's going to be Seattle and the Niners, but everybody's saying that the only team that's going to the NFC East is going to be pretty much easy. The Niners' only competition will be the Eagles. Everybody else is pretty much a cakewalk. AFC is going to have a lot of good teams, but NFC is only the Niners and Eagles.
There's going to be a couple of surprises. Now, look out for Detroit.
Detroit and maybe they were saying Detroit was one team, and they were saying something else, another team. Cohen said something else. He said another team is right behind.
Yeah, Detroit just snaps into my mind immediately. I had to think about it for a minute. Seattle is going to be competitive.
The Cowboys stink. Yeah, Cowboys stink. They throw too many INT. They play the INT game. So if you want to play them, you'll win that game.
Dak. He lobbied for that payday and got it, and now he can't play. Yes.
Well,
Okay,
maybe.
the Eagles are losing a lot of people. I don't know about them.
So maybe the Niners will be up there. If the Eagles lose a lot of players, we can gain players. We just got to,
Okay, but
find a good kicker. Like the guy talking about Michigan. That's a good school to pick out some good players. Michigan. I always love Michigan football players.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback
you want to back into the playoffs so with a team that has no business, wouldn't be there if the division was any more difficult. This is the only thing that worries me. Yeah.
I mean, I heard too that the Niners were talking about trading up maybe the first round. Maybe they were talking about trading Ayuk to the Giants to get pick number 25. I don't know if I would do it because I like Ayuk. I'd be afraid to lose him.
Gene, that sounds. Gene. Michael, that sounds legit. Where did you see that?
No, I heard that. I think I don't know if Cohen said something. If you watch him on YouTube, he was talking about the Giants because a couple of teams were interested in him.
Well, he's with the media.
One of them.
That might have leaked in his direction.
I mean, they're thinking about giving the Niners the 25th pick for Ayuk. I don't know if I would pull that trigger. I mean, I know we need offensive line. I mean,
what would you do with the 25th pick, though, if you did have it?
You go after either a good corner or go after a good offensive guy, who's ever available.
Traditionally, though, the
Maybe
Giants don't do any deals with the 49ers. This goes all the way back to Bill Walsh and Parcells. So I don't know if that's changed. We didn't get OBJ because of that. There's been some there's no trade.
I don't know if I want OBJ. A lot of people say he's a hothead and he's just like he's getting older. I don't.
He's gotten. I don't know. OBJ's.
They
He's
say he was
high
old
maintenance.
to that, like old muscle. Yeah, a lot of work. If you get him, you got a lot of work on him. Make sure you keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, so I don't know. About that trade. The 49ers have invested too much time and effort into Ayuk, and I don't think that'd be a good move to make.
No, I like to keep Ayuk. I like Ayuk. I would keep him. He's too good.
Yeah, and we've come too far with him, and we're going to need him. You can bring a new guy, 25.
You need him.
Whoever is at pick number 25 may not be as good as Ayuk. In fact, you'd almost bet on it.
No.
So,
whoever
they're picking up.
I would keep him. And, we got 3 picks in I think the third round, 99, 101, or some other picks. So, if you could package those deals somehow, maybe you could package the third round and get maybe early second, maybe.
Yeah, maybe go that route. Because Ayuk's the best downfield threat we got. You can't get rid of him. Everybody's waiting for Danny Gray. Danny Gray. What is it with Kyle and Danny? I'm trying to understand that.
I don't know.
So
who should take Danny Gray? The Seahawks coach. They'd probably be good with him. Throwing those long balls. DK Metcalf. Ooh.
Yeah, but see, Metcalf's a downfield threat. You got to have somebody who has the ability to get open. A lot of people don't understand. A deep threat is not just a guy that can run fast. He's got to have the ability. There's a lot of deep threats that don't run 4-3. Devontae Adams is not a 4-3 guy, but he's open all day.
No.
So.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
So, that's the thing we're talking about here. I don't know that Kyle doesn't want to play that kind of football. People think that he does, but he doesn't. Kyle's doing what he likes to play the percentages. He likes to play between the numbers, and he likes to get Kyle just wants to get the ball into the playmakers' hands.
I like the old one when they used to go deep and all these good routes, and they win big games. They score high. That's what Shanahan should look back to say. We need to score a lot of points, not low points.
Yeah.
And then now without our kicker, we got to pray to God we can find a good kicker. I mean, the Michigan guy. I like the Michigan guy. I've been watching a lot of Michigan football. I like
I still think Robbie's coming back. I really do.
I think Robbie's coming back.
They're both bluffing.
He's blushing. He's bluffing. He's coming back. You know why? Chicago's he's gonna bring his family, I think, to San Francisco, I think, somehow.
Although he should have brought him back to San Francisco a long time ago. I don't think the family wants to be out on the West Coast. I think it's a tax situation or something. So, and Mike, that's what you got to understand. When people ask for a lot of money, they're not necessarily asking for a lot of money for greediness. It's a tax system in California.
Killing them out in California. Yeah, killing them. Imagine with the people living out there with their taxes compared to the East Coast people.
Oh, see, is Chicago one of those places where you don't? I know Florida. There's no. There's a lot. There's a number of places.
Each state's different. Each state's different.
Yeah.
You got to figure each state's part different.
So
it'll all be the same, but I guess it's look at where you're living at.
Well, yeah, some states rather you buy a house, let you save that money, buy a house, and we're going to tax you to death on your home. So
like
you know.
like where I live, my house was 10 minutes away from Steve Young's house where he grew up. So I used to go over to Steve Young's house as a kid.
Yeah.
So I used to see Steve Young and Jerry Rice when I was
Must
a
have been
kid.
fun.
No, it was awesome as a Niner fan just to see those guys up close while they were playing.
And being a kid, nobody's going to
Shaking their
question
hands,
you
getting
or worry about
autographs.
your stock and
No,
being
I got
dangerous.
autographs, helmets. Oh, no, my dad, like I said, knew Steve Young since he was a kid. So I mean, meeting him is like a legend.
It's awesome. Well, Mike,
Yeah.
we're going to go because we're going to see.
All
if we
right,
can-
Rumble.
And I'll see you Wednesday. And remember, that's the day that
Wednesday's
everybody's waiting to see if Papa Dragon is
Free
right.
agency.
Do the 49ers not do a thing?
All right, Niner fans, have a good night. Good luck on free agency, man.
Thanks, Mike. Look for you Wednesday. Night, fam. Papa Dragon is like he came in here and laid a wreath of garlic around the doorway to keep the vampires out. Bob, you just poured some water on my smoking. Hey, it's Donna Bell. Donna.
Hello, Ronbo. How are you this evening?
Oh, Don, I was doing fine until Papa came in here, and I'm feeling better now after Papa left. You know, because the truth hurts. I felt like Jack Nicholson was sitting in that chair. I can't handle the truth, you know. Donna Bell,
Right.
he's not necessarily telling the truth, though. I want Papa to be wrong this time. I want to see a nice, shiny, new free agent walk in, and we say, "Ooh, I thought the 49ers was playing possum. Look at this." Donna Bell, I never lose a faith. You know what I mean? But Donna Bell, what are you thinking? We need an offensive line situation to be corrected, and we need several things. Donna Bell, any subject you want to jump on? Talk to me about that offensive line as well.
What I know is this. I hear that Brindle is probably going to go to the Texans. I don't know.
I heard that too.
And I also heard that Al-Shair probably go to the Texans.
Yeah. DeMeco
So,
loves him.
I mean, it is what it is. What I have heard on a brighter note is, what's his name? Nick Zakelj. They say he's a good replacement. They say he's a dog.
Yeah, no, he's got it in him. I read that on before he got drafted. He's a hostile individual. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I like that a whole bunch. And also, you know, it seems to be a dumpster fire that is that chewed meat called the Rams. And I don't want nothing that thinks like, looks like, sucks like a Ram on the Niners. They looking for greener pastures. No, thank you. No, ma'am. We don't want y'all. You can stay. But Gene D, let me correct you real quick.
Please.
We would be on the History Channel because we are a dynasty. I know you don't know what that means because the Rams couldn't do it. But 20 more years before they can do it again. Your fluke win, that's okay. Be humble in that because it ain't happening for you for a couple of decades. You can see your game on YouTube because it's just not that important. Now,
look at Donna
on.
Bell throwing dimes.
Yeah. Don't listen. Now, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I don't know. I hear he's playing, or I hear he's available. I don't know if they're thinking about getting him. He may be okay. And that Nick Zakelj, I want him. He sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting a mean, nasty person. You know that guy we got from the Jets or the Giants 2 or 3 years ago? They got destroyed in that game against the Saints. I forget his name now. He had a bad attitude. Even Joe Staley said he's a good ball player, but he is an asshole. He says, Joe never says things like that about. Huh?
He said that about Joe said that about Nick Zakelj?
No. About that guy that we had. That player. Can I get the chat back up, please? That player we had from the Giants that got hurt a few years ago just for the Super Bowl against the Saints. They bent him back and snapped him like a twig. And Staley said that with a smile when he said it because he's just a nasty individual, you know? So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my thing is I'm ready for because tomorrow is the day that starts. What is it? Free agency, right?
Well, they're already talking. Wednesday's the official day, I think. The date 10 is it Wednesday? Anyway, it's happening. It's underway now. Weston Richburg.
Okay.
Terra Dome, thank you. Remember Weston Richburg? Weston Richburg was just.
I do. What happened to him? They got rid of him.
They broke him and they snapped him in two in that game against the Saints that year when we outgunned the Saints for 4 quarters and finally won. Anyway, Richburg got hurt in that game, and his knee was just destroyed.
Fun.
He decided to retire because it was just too much to come back from.
Yes. Okay, so that sounds good. I just wanted to say those things. I'm looking in the comments, and it seems we have some interlopers, and they're dreaming. They talking about Geno Smith and talking about the Rams. Honey, y'all are donezo. Give it up. Let it go.
They won't
go
tap
on YouTube with your 10 likes for your Super Bowl win.
I mean, it's just really
10 followers.
I don't know how.
I'm ready.
Because
I'm ready.
We have shame. As 49er fans, we have a class that you don't brag. You'll never see me in a Pittsburgh Steelers fan's face. I have a problem really, because they've got 6 trophies. I got 5. I don't bother the Patriots anymore. They got more trophies than I do. You got to respect what's real.
Yeah, but see, we're a dynasty. 49ers, we've been a dynasty. Listen, I'm DeBartolo 49ers, and I won't get on New York. So I'll leave them be for now.
I agree.
But we're a dynasty. We don't have to prove ourselves to any of these underlings that are so jealous and so desirous to be where we are, sitting high atop.
We've got the Hall of Fame has 49ers all over it. And those things, legacies there's no expiration date on them. You get Hawks fans and Rams fans go to the same card every time they start trying to taking digs at 49er fans. You guys haven't had a ring or a trophy in how many years? So at least we got one recently. You got your only one recently.
Yeah.
The league is over 100 years old. You got 2.
Right.
And you got 1.5 because one of them was in St. Louis. Oh.
It took them 50 years. It's funny, like I see High bats. You can't see Niner games. You can't see period because your team sucks. But I'm just thinking, I don't know what it, what it is. It's jealousy. What else could it be? We're important and they're not. Because if I'm not a fan of the Niners, I wouldn't waste my time in their group, platforms on YouTube.
That bothers them.
They're not of it.
Oh, that bothers them.
Yeah, I don't go to the Cowboys or Green Bay Packers and none of them teams. I don't go to them because they're no important.
It wouldn't even be a bad thing to go to a Cowboys forum because we haven't left that tie just yet. They got 5, we got 5. They've had some great players down through history. We've had some great players down through history. Right. That is an actual rivalry.
Exactly. So I was seeing now. I guess it's just a rumor. They were saying that what's his name, number 99 for the Lambs. They were saying he retired. Oh, I wouldn't blame him.
No,
because I know he's
Cynthia
had to be
put that out there.
Teams all by himself.
What's he got to play for? Why would he come back next year? Why?
I don't know. I don't even know if it'll be a Rams team next year.
They'll be moving out of LA soon anyway. If Aaron Donald's wife must be asking the same question.
They need to go somewhere. We don't want them here.
They can't go back to St. Louis. They're talking about opening a franchise in Mexico.
That'd be wonderful. Actually, they could go to Alaska for all I care and sit there in that cold. Because that's where they're at now, out in the cold.
Yeah. Mexico loves San Francisco 49ers, though. I don't want the Rams going down there and messing with our fans. So,
I don't want them on our team. See, the players is jumping ship like rats off the Titanic. They want to get away from that losing. They can't take the losing. It's depressing after so long. Like, when will we be great like the Niners? Never. So just deal with that.
1 1/2 Rams. That's all you can achieve.
It's so late.
throughout the
The
entire
lane.
NFL run.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Stop it. You're not,
I know.
no qualifications.
Yeah, and they want attention, and because we're so important and so storied and historic, and the dynasty that we are, they have to come on here and say stuff to be. They feel like they're important, And bless their heart, if I was a fan of that team, I would want to be important too, because that's clearly not the case. But listen. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go. I'm ready. So Wednesday, that means free agency starts. Let's get with it. No lambs. We don't want no losers. Jalen Ramsey, I don't know what's wrong with him. He laid down and swatted at Debo's foot as he crushed it under his cleat, headed for the house. That's what I remember of Jalen Ramsey, and I don't think he's a necessity.
That's why I love that
He's
Debo.
an expert, and he can move to Alaska with them lambs. Don't nobody want them losers. Bye.
That's why I love that
Anyway,
that Debo video. Oh! Every time Debo ran somebody over.
He said, I'm him. Yeah, you him. You Jalen Ramsey, they got blew over. That's who you are. Yeah, just like the Rams. They get blown over, ran over, beat all the time. And the whole thing, I guess they got to talk trash. They got to feel relevant. Ronbo. So I have mercy on them, pray for him. Gene, I pray for him. I pray for him because you still sick. God bless you. You need deliverance.
Well,
okay, so love you, Rambo. God bless you.
Love you back,
bang, bang,
Bell.
Niner gang. Yes, Rams move to Alaska. Those people there, they'll accept you. They'll take you for the whale blubber that y'all be talking.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Here you go, Donna Bell. Have a great night. Night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ram. And besides, Rams, we're going to continue to fill up your stadium on every game, anyway. You guys are just a place for other fans to go. You got a few people that like the Rams, but the majority of the crowd is always going to be the other team. Raiders got the same thing to you. Oh, Deshaun, what's up? Welcome back, Deshaun. Hey, Deshaun Gibson. I love safeties. Go Niners. Deshaun, you got him. I didn't think he'd be back so quick, but yeah, we got him. I'll bring in my dude who knows how to abuse the NFC West comedians that love to run up in here. Jalen, come in here and have it at him.
Cardinals, y'all are relevant. Seahawks, y'all are dumb. A third round pick and a tight end for Jalen Ramsey. Rudy, I know you feeling dumb. Come, Ronbo.
Yes.
I know Rudy didn't think that Jalen Ramsey was finna come back and play for that dumpster fire of an organization that is the LA Rams. Just when you think the NFC West couldn't get any funnier, when you think Kyler Murray's knee couldn't get any worse, when you think the Seahawks couldn't sign an older quarterback, this happened. Boy, I tell you.
And Jalen, the comedy surrounding Jalen is he's been in prayer for the last couple of weeks. So any atheist out there in the NFL, you need to know there is a God. He saved Jalen.
Ronbo, I can see this. Hey, Ronbo. Now, I don't know if this might happen, but I can see it possibly happening. Aaron Donald going and finishing his career in Pittsburgh since he's from Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Hey, that'd be a defense right there.
Ooh, with JJ, what's his AJ Watt?
Casey Hayward and him.
Boy. What? And oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if they really want to just get some picks back and they start trading away all their top players,
they're doing that now.
The Steelers. Yeah, I mean, hey, the Steelers. I could see that. I mean, if that happens, I wouldn't be like, wow. I mean, I could see why he would want to go there. Is my thing.
Because their thing in Pittsburgh is defense. That's what they love to do anyway.
Yeah, and he a native from there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, you might as well. You got rid of Ramsey. You might as well get rid of Aaron Donald too. Man, shit.
But Ramsey worked his way out. That's what you do when you don't feel like playing. Ramsey worked his way out of Jacksonville too. That's what he does. But I ain't mad at him. I don't blame him for trying to get out of LA.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, you do know that like if the 40 you do know like the 49ers franchise, we carry this division. Like if we weren't here, nobody would be talking about this division.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't no different. I mean, if we weren't here, it'd be no different than the AFC South. What fan bases do the Titans, Colts, Jaguars, and Texans have? What fan bases do any of those teams have?
Ain't that the truth? That's true. The 49ers represent so much to the NFL. That's true. You know, the Cowboys, they wouldn't be such a big deal because the Cowboys spent all their money and built their teams for years just to beat the 49ers. Jalen, down through the years, we have been targets of other teams. We're targets of other teams now. They want to be like us. They're running our offense all around the league now. So we are the model. We are the standard. Remember that, Rudy, G.D. You guys got, boy, it's like Michael Jackson with Justin Timberlake and company following him. They wouldn't even exist. Usher, all of them. They wouldn't be anywhere without Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what to do. Jackson innovated how to do that stuff. Come on. Now it's Jackson.
Yeah, Ronbo.
The NFL.
I mean, Ronbo, I don't even understand why they come in here all the time trying to talk. G&D, what you need to do, you need to take Rudy and you need to find a Cardinals fan, and y'all need to make a podcast with the three teams in the NFC West, and you might be able to get a combined amount of fans that Ronbo gets every night. Maybe.
What would we call that trio? We got to come up with a name.
The NFC going west. It's oh God. Ronbo, this division is bad now.
Yeah, it is. Remember we were the best division in the NFL, the scariest division in the NFL. Yeah. We're going south now.
I mean, Ronbo, we've gotten so bad that honestly, to the point that when we beat teams in our division, we can't get credited for them no more because they so bad. Like that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want teams to start being like, oh, look at who y'all got in y'all division, man.
I know, like the NFC
nothing.
East used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now it's gonna be like we just whooping on some scrubs, which we are, but
well, you're right, but I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
That's
I don't want to hear it
point.
either.
Yeah.
And back to Gene D and Rudy. My brother, I bought this up last time I was on the game. Are y'all friends or something? Last I checked, it's a 4-man division. Yet y'all always seem to want to come for us. Because guess what, Rudy? You remember the Legion of Boom, that era? When they was whooping us, they was whooping y'all too.
Yep.
Where was that hate at? Where's the hate now?
And
y'all kumbaya.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, the Rams would beat them, and I was always amazed. I said, the Rams can go in there and beat the Hawks anytime they like. Why is that? And
I don't understand this division,
anytime
Ronbo.
we like.
It just don't make sense. I mean, G&D, all the Rams fans in here, y'all cool with the Seahawks? Y'all buddies, man. Y'all just love having a friendly competition. It ain't like that with us.
See, they're united. They're united against. They're trying to form a coalition against the Empire. It ain't gonna work.
My dad says it all the time. Misery loves company. And those 1 or 2 rings that each of those bum teams have, they just ain't gonna never equal up to that 5 that we got. It just never will. It just never will, Ronbo.
Not even a combined effort. They got 3.
It's not even combined, Ronbo. Not even combined. Sorry, Cardinals, y'all don't even have a ring yet. You ain't even popped your Super Bowl cherries. Too bad, so sad. Oh man. But I try not to let these lesser teams, stay on my mind for too long. God knows we're on theirs, Ronbo. They in here with you every night. They not even Niners fans, and they in here every night. They subscribe, Ronbo. They helping you with your views. You got.
Ellis once said, but I can't do it. Ellis said, y'all, we give them energy by reacting to the bullshit. I said, I have. You know how it's that? When you get to school in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 5th, 6th, but mostly 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, there's that dude that you think about all day and all night, even when you get home and you come back to school the next day and you're looking for him because you know he's going to mess with you. So, this is the thing, you know what we've not done, Jalen. Any free agency? Papa Dragon came and told us we ain't gonna do a damn thing for free agency. Our offensive line is something that we we need to address. So, is that the answer to people getting hurt? What are you thinking? Did we lose Jalen?
Ronbo, I muted myself on accident.
Okay. Did you hear what I just said though?
Free agency, like I said, with safety, I like how we re-signed Gibson. I told you about Timor. I told you that I think we should give Timor a little chance and see what he can do at the starting safety
I keep
position.
forgetting about him. Yeah.
Timor, or maybe bring back Tart on a cheap deal as far as like safety, the safety position.
To at least back up. But I don't know, money. Because Hufanga, I don't know we got that other dude we got from Indianapolis to back up Hufanga though. The one who never misses a tackle. Yeah.
Greg Odom.
Yeah, Greg Odom.
Yeah.
I thought he was probably going to be solid for us. He is a special teamer though. That boy's good.
Yeah. I definitely think Tavarius Moore could probably come in and be a playmaker. Ronbo, he had a pick in the Super Bowl. He's a playmaker, right? For sure.
When he snapped that Achilles, he should be feeling fine by now, though.
Yeah, after 2 years, I think it was. When did it happen? I think it's only been a year, maybe.
Yeah, he's a year healed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. I saw that we signed. I think was it Colton McKivitz for like another 2 years.
Yeah. McKivitz.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are interested in Jake Brindle, so that's gonna be tough to
that's what I'm talking about. I say scary. I don't know what the 49ers are gonna do signing a new center. The guy from Indianapolis, if he gets released, the 49ers will probably go after him. But how much is he gonna want?
You mean I think is his name like Ryan Kelly? Is that him?
Yeah, that's him, Kelly.
Ryan Kelly. Yeah, he pretty good, Ronbo. He pretty good. I don't know if he had I think he had a torn ACL though, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Or I'm pretty sure he had a year where he was hurt.
Oh,
yeah. No more bad knees coming over to San Fran, Ronbo. No more bad knees.
Get hurt right away.
We had D Ford, Jerick McKinnon, Jalen Hurd, Javon Kinlaw. We don't need no more bad knees.
I know, right? Please. Jim, I gotta go. We gotta go. I tell you what, I'll see you Wednesday, and let's see if we get surprised by something dramatic.
All right, Ronbo, I'm gonna see.
All right, man. Go ahead, Jim. Give it to him.
Man, still the Kings of the West. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray's knee needs a 2-year rest. Gene D, stop talking to Rudy all the time. We know that y'all ain't the best. And them Rams ain't gonna never amount to nothing because they gonna always smell like donkey pests. Let me get a Niners shout out, Ronbo. Let me get a Niners shout out. And y'all don't forget that Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. Yes, that happened. That actually happened.
It's documented. I got recordings. I put it on loop. Like Jalen. Joey Money, yeah, I'm ready to ride. Ooh, yeah, Joey Money. Joey, get in there, man. We're talking about free agency, the offensive line in particular. What are we gonna do? Anything else that you want to cover? Joey, what are you thinking?
Man, we need a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. We need edge. Joey, we need maybe some corners. We need some O-line. Man. We need a few positions, brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. This is that time of year. Last year, you know what, Joey? For the last 2 or 3 years before now, we have not been overly concerned. And I think this is the first year in a while that we were concerned about how we're going to do the next year. I can't see, you know what we like to do? Our 13-3. We 14 and we can't even do that this year. Not now. I mean, you could, but it would be, I mean, I don't know.
Man, it's just like, like we need some help for Nick Bosa. I mean, if you really think about it,
then
like, he
there's
had
that.
no help in the playoffs.
Right.
And then it's like, we're not picking till the third round. We have a lot of third rounds. And just what I would do, this is just like, we have 3 third-round picks this year. We have 4 third-round picks next year. If there's somebody that's like good, like I could see us trading up for, even a guy like Zach Harrison. We did really good at Ohio State defensive end. Zach Harrison, go look at his tape. He's like D Ford without the injuries. Like, he is so fast.
Sounds good to me.
Off the edge, like,
yeah.
And just somebody like that. But we definitely need some help. Eric Armstead, sir, you're gonna get paid $24 million for 11 tackles? Come on now, you gotta do better than 11 tackles, brother. Come on, So we'll see. Our D line has got to get back to what it was in 2019.
Yeah, because we got holes coming up in that. Well, they think they could get Monahu back. What's that rookie we picked up last year? That again, he had to heal up. They've got high hopes on him.
The guy in the 6th round. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Defensive tackle, right?
Yeah,
the defensive tackle.
I understand he is.
I forget his name, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got it. But anyway, you could probably get a Monahu back for not a bad price. I want Jordan Willis. Jordan Willis is like, to me, he's that silent assassin. Jordan Willis is not a guy that's going to see a lot of, but when you do see him, he's making this huge play. So I don't think he'd re-sign him.
Yeah, but the thing is that we can't re-sign a lot of people, though. You know what I mean? It's like we only have so much cap. And
I know.
Not only that, but we got to give Bosa a contract.
But Joey, what are you going to do?
But, we can't restructure.
You're going to draft? You're going to draft everybody in the 3rd round? Because I'm trying to understand how you're going to do on the defensive line with all those contracts expiring for the depth we had last year, which was, we were deep.
I would at least draft one defensive end.
Oh, they're going to for sure. I know.
I would at least draft one defensive end at least early, and then maybe sign another. The Zarius Smith, formerly of the Packers and the Vikings.
Oh, every guy, he's out there.
He's available. Also, you have to get good bang for your buck, right? Like, I had a guy on Twitter Spaces explain to me like what we're paying opposed to like what other teams paid. Like the guy we got, Ebicom, like he didn't really produce that much.
Yeah,
and then I forget his name.
They expect him to get over 10 mil this year.
Who was the guy that used to be in Jacksonville that was kind of like the edge rusher that was like really fast?
Oh, Arden Key. You know what? Man. Arden Key's available again.
No. But before Arden Key, before like I can't think of his name. Anyways, he's like a fast guy that comes off the edge really fast, and he had like 7 sacks, 8 sacks, and got paid like half of what Ebicom got paid.
I remember him being talked about. I just can't remember. It was a brief thing I read.
I can't remember his name.
I think I know.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but and then a guy like, right, and then also a guy like Justin Houston. Like Justin Houston's really good, he's like
that's
what the guy that we got from.
Didn't he have 7 or 8 sacks last year?
Yeah, and he only got paid like a couple $1 million.
I said last year when he was out there, why don't the 49ers pick up Houston? Damn.
Yeah, that would have been a good signing, So it's just like you got to spend wisely too. You know what I mean? Like you got to be, you got to spend wisely. And then like the Niners, like Eric Armstead, he makes a lot of money for 11 tackles, though. You know what I mean? Like he makes a lot of money for 11 tackles.
Yeah, Armstead, Armstead, he draws double teams a lot. He needs somebody next to him. I think if Javon would have been a little more solid, or Givens or whoever he's playing next to, that's why he did well, because he had D-Buck next to him. You can't play your best if you're like being like all the offensive line has to worry about. All right, take offense out. We get Armstead. Rest of the guys can go one-on-one. Well, tight end, we'll get somebody else down here. Maybe have somebody else to deal with Nick. That's the 49ers got to figure that out. If Javon can't handle it, we got to find something. We got to do something.
Yeah, and then on the offensive line, like
Oh,
you
Ronnie
can go in the
Blair.
draft and also get
Tommy
some.
Huxley, that was one a bad dude. Remember Ronnie
Ronald
Blair?
Blair was good. I liked him.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah, of course.
Ooh.
I still can't. I'll never forget when he tore his ACL just sacking Russell Wilson. Gets a sack and tears his ACL. I'm like, oh, you
See,
gotta
that's
be kidding
passion.
me.
That's
I
passion. He
was
sacrificed his body to take Wilson down. I'll always love
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also what I was going to tell you was like offensive tackle. Like there's a guy at, again, Ohio State. Ohio State puts out a lot of good players, bro. DeJuan Jones, bro. I know you used to like Trent Brown a little bit,
Yeah, I
but
love
like
Trent Brown.
how nobody would ever move him,
Yeah.
right? And we're worried about protecting the quarterback. If you want somebody that just protects the quarterback and lacks a little bit in the run game, go get DeJuan Jones, bro. DeJuan Jones is Trent Brown. He's 6'8", 350 pounds, and you won't move him.
That means he's got a wingspan like
Good
a
luck.
great condor. Yeah, here's the thing,
Yeah,
though.
good luck.
I think you can actually train those guys after a while. I think it was laziness that kept Brown from being a good. Because I saw him get out every now and then in road block or road grade. So I don't know, I'd rather protect the quarterback at least 60% of the time.
Yeah. And the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about on like who to bring in for a quarterback, and I'm gonna tell you a name, and I know you like him, but I'm gonna give you a reason why I like him, Marcus Mariota. And the reason why I say Marcus Mariota, because if you think about it, Marcus Mariota has had the same career as Trey Lance. If you think about it, he got picked second overall, didn't produce that great early on in his career, got bounced around the league. He could come in and mentor Trey Lance, like, hey, this is what happened to me. My career went up and down, didn't really find a home. So you got to be on your game, and he can develop him that way, like mentoring him and telling him like, how his career went and life stories and how to be better. And so I think that would
Joey,
be.
Joey, do you start Mariota though? Because here's the thing, Mariota.
No.
He's not. I don't think he's.
No.
Mariota's talking about quitting. He's not going to accept anything but a starting role, from what it sounds like, if he does come back. So.
The only thing,
I wanted
thing I
Mariota
don't
as a
like
backup.
about,
He was the first name I mentioned when I was talking about that.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Mariota though is he quit on his team. He literally packed his bags and left.
Did he
the
really?
facility, like before.
I didn't know he went that far. I thought he might have been sitting down at the end of the bench playing cards or something. But he actually left.
From what I was sent on my DM on Facebook, someone sent me an article saying that he packed his bag, took off, and it was like week 15, 16, and left the facility and didn't even return to the team, and says I quit and says I'm leaving, and never went back. That's why they went to Ritter.
Tony, you got to confirm this for me so I can laugh harder. I find this hard to believe. Who does that? That means you're done. Listen, the thing is, if you do that in the NFL and the other teams hear about that, you're done. You're so done. Nobody's going to hire you. Yeah. You got that kind of attitude, disrespect for the game and team you're on?
It just took off.
Ooh.
Just took off. I'll send it to you. I'll find the article or
Please.
What was sent to me, and I'll forward it to your.
That
Twitter.
is crazy.
Yeah.
That's the first time that's been done.
That's it.
They don't have to pay him
Maybe.
for the rest of that season. In fact, he could be in breach of contract. They could actually void. That could get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, you can't pick
just
him up.
Walking out of your. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't think, but I mean, people always get picked up. I mean, people get second, third, fourth opportunities. It just pretty much every year.
And do worse things than that. At least Mariota just said, "Look, screw you guys, I'm out of here, and don't call me."
Right.
That's the Jesus. Woo, man, that's crazy. I didn't know about this, Joey. I've been enlightened. So
I'll find that article and I'll send it to you.
All right, please. All right, Joey. I tell you what, always good to hear from you. I tell you, I'll be back Wednesday. We're waiting for that Papa Dragon prediction not to succeed. I don't
it's already, but that
it's already happened.
Already false, bro.
Joey's confirmed
because we already signed Tayshaun Gibson. So how is it that we're not going to do nothing? It's already.
Hey, Pop, that's right. We decided Tayshaun. Pop's not impressed with that.
Unless he's talking about like free agency, like getting non-49er players. You got to clarify that what he said. You know, if he's talking about like not including our own, then that's different. But
I know because our players,
but
we got better players than available.
Right, but technically we just signed someone today, so it's like, come on.
It's true. That's true, Pop. That's true. And Jimmy Ward's gonna come around. Joey, let's see you Wednesday.
Okay, you got it, buddy. Hey,
Thanks,
shout out
man.
to production, man. You guys are doing awesome. Thank you for
Thanks,
the show,
Joey.
bro.
Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Speaking of it, there's Tony now. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, how you doing?
Tony, I'm glad you're here. Please, always welcome to hear you, see from you anyway. But could you confirm what Joey just said? Did Marcus Mariota do this?
What, quit on us?
I mean, literally, pack his stuff, close that locker, give the key back to the trainers, and say, I'm out of here.
And left the facility, yep.
Oh!
Trying to cover it up. Yep. Because he wasn't starting.
Damn,
They
Marcus.
demoted him, and he said, I got a knee, I'm hurt. He did get some scar tissue cleaned up, but he could have played, but you know how our season was going. It was time. We should have went to Desmond Ritter the week after that Carolina Thursday night game.
Tony, but the thing is, you just don't leave. You just...
Well,
wow.
Today's athlete, Ronbo. Well, if I can't,
right?
have it my way, I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Remember those
That's
kids?
How it is now. Yeah. Like Jalen Ramsey, I was making a comment today to one of my friends. I said, Jalen Ramsey, now he want to talk about God, thank God, and all this about the trade. But I'm like, this is the same guy that's making a $105 million contract, making $17 million a year, and bitching and complaining.
And
I don't want to hear that.
And slapping Taylor Rapp and blaming him for everything that he does wrong. That's why Jalen Ramsey would have one time to slap Gibson or Jimmy Ward. People understand. J-Dub jumped up and remember that year D-Hop made Jimmy mad. We were over there working out with the Texans, and Jimmy's going toe-to-toe with D-Hop. I said, y'all better recognize Jimmy Ward may be a smaller fella. Those are the ones you got to worry about. Them little guys. They're the ones with the hottest tempers.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dog in him, though.
Yeah. So
Jalen
Jalen Ramsey slapping people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Now, so he's going to be playing with safety Eric Rowe now, the former Patriot.
Yeah, slap Eric. When you look around the league, Tony, it's like you mentioned today's football player. You got Aaron Rodgers running his production at the end of every season, and you got Jalen Ramsey and the Rams. We just found out that Payne just got paid more than everybody. What could be next to be interesting? Because as the next 2 days go by, who?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is going to ask for more money.
He's whining little mama's boy. I wouldn't have paid him that money. I wouldn't have did it.
People were joking about Aaron Donald quitting. It stopped me in the chat, like, whoa, froze. I actually can see that, Tony. What does Aaron Donald have? He's already got his ring. He's never going to get another one with the Rams. He's toward the end of his career. Why would you come back out there? If you're the wife is probably saying, Aaron, I know what you're gonna say. Look, let me think about it, okay? Just let me think about it. All right, because you know how I feel. Okay. Kids run in the room. Daddy, you go play football again next year? Look, did your mama send you in here? So the thing is, I already know it's going to get to the point he's got to make a decision. Why would he come back and play? For the love of the game, maybe?
And then if you look at just look on the defensive side of the ball, Ronbo, it's him, the Gaines kid, and the other kid that's been there a while.
Mm-hmm.
Of the three defensive tackles, 2 of them are gone. the free agency. Then you look behind him, his middle linebacker was given the boot, like you said, Wagner. And then his left side linebacker, Floyd, he bolted. He was cut. And then look at their secondary, Ronbo. Both starting corners gone. One the free agency, one trade. And then they're starting free safety, Taylor Rapp. I'm out of here. Free agency. So why would he say?
Why? Why go out with that kind of embarrassment? Makes no sense.
You know it'll be funny, Ronbo? Because Aaron Donald's a man of few words. It'll be funny if this week after free agency and all this on Thursday, after everybody finds, Aaron Donald has just requested a trade. I would laugh my ass off if he did that.
The first thing they'd say, Aaron, why didn't you ask for this a couple of weeks ago? We could have got this done. Because, we were talking about putting him in the Steelers uniform. That'd be a great place for him to go, actually.
Yeah, it'd be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
It would. They're on the come up, So, for Jalen Ramsey, Miami only got a third-round pick and a tight end, a backup tight end. But I guess they need that third-round pick.
No, and also, can you imagine what Jalen was telling him? Jalen was probably making anonymous calls to people around the facility, disguising his voice and saying vicious things, death threats, and everything else if you don't trade Jalen Ramsey.
You were funny as hell, Rob. You said because Aaron Rodgers is kind of crazy. Because when he knows he's out, he will walk in the GM's office butt naked.
Rodgers is insane. I could see him doing something like that.
Goodness.
God.
Oh my goodness.
And as people are screaming, wait, you guys hear me out. Hear me out. For years, I have sat here patiently. You have taken players away from me. I had to ask for guys to be brought back here. You guys, you move around and beat your own drum. I'm not going to stand here. Yeah, I am going to stand here, and I'm going to finish what I have to say. And meanwhile, the room is vacated. Aaron, we'll call you. That's it. We're not standing here for this.
The room is vacated and security's been called.
And then dragging Montana down the hallway, kicking and screaming, butt naked. I want out of here. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I saw Gene D in the chat there. I said, "Now the Empire, look who's here! It's Gene D back fresh out from his dark cave retreat." Because he's hot.
They were sitting next to each other, Gene and his boy Isaiah P., Chris Hansen's favorite guy. There's a lot to be said about guys like that. Tommy Testosterone hasn't been around in a while. There's a couple other guys that used to get on your last nerves. See, I give those guys credit. See, they can see the writing on the wall. When you no longer have any testosterone, you need to go find some other place to man up because we're not impressed. So what are you talking about?
Like my boy Carlos, we don't see him hardly at all anymore.
Raider fans, they had an all-star team, and they bit the dust. So when you suck,
and we really don't see Don Bird much anymore, but I got a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of him, though, when the season comes.
Yeah, see, that's what I was telling you, Tony. I was telling you. Do you notice how the Lions are quietly getting strong?
Yeah, I know.
Who's that running back? They got that
the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions.
Williams.
They're trying. He's up for sale.
Yep, Williams. He used to play with Green Bay. Yep, he had 17 touchdowns this year?
Yeah, he was. Why wouldn't the Lions want to bring him back?
I don't know. They're probably going to draft somebody. They got picks.
That's right.
They got money.
A lot of picks.
They got DeAndre Swift, Ronbo, their first round pick from a few years ago out of Georgia.
Oh yeah, Swift's got to get more carries.
Yep.
And
Jamal Williams.
Swift is a bad boy. Yeah. So you cut costs now where you can. Give that kid a chance to go out and find a better spot for him. I guess that makes sense. I saw that. I said,
I'm hearing there's a lot of interest in McGlinchey. A lot of teams want McGlinchey from what I hear. Yeah.
So he is going to get his money.
Yeah.
Well, I guess playing for cows. You say what?
I still think it's going to be Miami, but I don't know who it is.
Oh. What's the tackle situation like in Miami, though?
Their offensive line is solid, but like I was saying the other night, that kid from the former first round pick, Austin Jackson out of USC, got hurt like in week 9 and missed the rest of the season. He's their right tackle. They're talking about picking him inside the guard and moving Robert Hunt, their right guard, to center because their center, Connor Williams, is an unrestricted free agent. So they can get McGlinchey and slide him to the right tackle.
That's good. I'd love to see what Mike McGlinchey looks like on another team. That's going to be interesting. Well, Tony, we're going to go. Yep. I'm going to see you Wednesday, D-Day, as we find out who's going where. Because we're finding out already in bits and pieces, but it's not finalized until Wednesday.
It's been kind of quiet today. It's been kind of quiet today for the first day. But man, I'm nervous, Ronbo, because Lord knows we need a defensive tackle on the defensive end, and they are in there. We got a Hargraves or Jermont Jones. We got to get them. Yannick Ngakwe. We got to get them.
I like him. I like Yannick. I really wish the 49ers, if you guys don't get him, I'd love to see the 49ers see if they can do that. That's all Nick needs. A hellraiser next to him.
Yeah. 8.5, 9 sacks a year. So Omenihu's gone, huh? Pretty much. Yep. Omenihu's gone. Y'all not going to re-sign him, huh?
Who? Omenihu? I think they do bring him back. The 49ers are sitting there figuring out their money. But you got to bring Omenihu back. I think they do. Because he's
still
affordable.
Got Jordan Willis on the
I want him back, too. If I can get two guys to be Willis and Omenihu, you know.
Yeah, they're good backup defensive ends.
Because Ebicom is going to cost money. So prices going around the league for him are going to be $10 million and up. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Ronbo, as we leave, I'll be gone. Can you do a quick Jerry, Mr. Spotlight Jones impression? We ain't talked about him in a while.
Well, the reason why I've not said a lot is because I look around me and I see ball players that I don't believe are dedicated to winning football as much as I am. Now, I've had several conversations with Zeke, and contrary to public opinion, I believe I'm going to resign him because I believe in him. Now, I know you go ask me about Dak Prescott, and I'll tell you right now, you need to mind your business when it comes to Dak Prescott. Me and Dak have an understanding. So if y'all go give me hell about having paid him all that money, and he ain't doing a damn thing, I understand that. But the Dallas Cowboys are doing fine and well with Dak Prescott at quarterback. Jerry, you know what? I've got to go. Thank you. Jerry.
Good job, Ronbo.
Hey.
I'll see you Wednesday, Ronbo.
See you
Wednesday, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it.
And Rudy, Karma and Rudy, your Rams are ass. The Inglewood Rams are, and this is Karma. Good night, Ronbo.
Good night, Tony. I think I'll see the Rams as butt cheeks. Those two things on top, those aren't horns. Those are butt cheeks. Hey, Merrick.
Hey, Ronbo.
Merrick, we're trying to figure out our situation. We have some things that need adjustments. They've been pointed out a lot tonight. My main concern, I was thinking about if the offensive line works, everything else might fall into place. I'm probably wrong on that, but I am scared to death as to who's going to play right tackle this year. I have a feeling Jake Brennel, all his life, has been wondering if he's ever going to get a big contract. The Texans are going to provide that for him. I don't know if the 49ers are willing to. So, Merrick, we have what we call, between ball players and the management, failure to communicate. So we're going to end up with a situation on that offensive line that's going to make us all do things like, oh! And you know what? When I do that, what I'm talking about? I'm talking about our quarterback being buried in a heap. And we're wondering if he's getting up as he's being ushered over to that blue tent to see if he's going to be okay. I'm so tired of that. Merrick, what do you think is going to be the case as far as that offensive line? And any other free agent situation you want to bring up?
Well, I think center is more important than right tackle, so I'd love it. We could re-sign Brendel, but I'm not getting my hopes up because
Don't
Doesn't
do
he
it.
have a lot of other offers from like the Texans and other teams?
Don't do it. And they know just what to offer. They got plenty of money too. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got an issue there.
I don't think we're going to be able to get McGlinchey back. There's a lot of teams that need a right tackle, and he's going to want to go for the money, I think, unfortunately.
As Tony just pointed out, I didn't know there was that much interest in him. But right tackle.
I can't think of any other right tackle in the NFL, really.
There's no such thing as a good right tackle. He's over there because he can't play left tackle, and he's just good enough to play the right side because we don't want him on the left side, getting our quarterback killed, right? Because most quarterbacks are right-handed.
Well, plus we got Trent Williams on the left side.
Anyway, so it's a rock and a hard place that we always find ourselves in about this time. Last year we talked about this offensive line too, remember? And the year before that. I'm trying to think of the last year that we didn't complain about the offensive line. Well, you got to go all the way back to the Harbaugh area when we did have we had a kick-ass offensive line 2013-14. Oh, my God, they were good. Not so much now. Man. So, AD, the big Polynesian next to him at center. We had a good center. The Rhino. And also
Joe Staley.
Joe Staley. We could do things. We could run. We could pass. Okay. Stop dreaming. It's over. But anyway.
Yeah, I think offensive lines are need, and then in the draft, it's going to get some depth at positions like D tackle and secondary.
Yeah.
And then I think another thing that would be nice to get in free agency, if we can, to be another deep rusher to pair with Nick Bosa.
I know.
Because Bosa can't do it on his own.
No, and we're going to end up getting him hurt because he's out there trying too hard because he's getting too much from the opposing team's offensive line. We got to get some of that pressure off him. 49ers got to make that priority. That's got to be priority one. I want that offensive line fixed, but I want Nick to have a running mate out there that causes just absolute hell. Get some of that pressure off of him. And get some of that pressure off of Eric, too, at the same time.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to bring back Ebukam, or do you think he's going to want more money than we can pay him?
He can get up to $10 million now from what's being said. 49ers aren't going to pay him that much. So I don't see him coming back. And if he did come back, it'd be for a one-year deal. He can get paid elsewhere. He's going to do that. He learned how to play once he left Los Angeles, came to San Francisco.
Yeah.
So,
And then, obviously, the one that everyone likes to talk about our need is at quarterback. Where I think we should bring in someone like Jacoby Brissett, Baker Mayfield, Andy Dalton, and have him compete for the starting job. I don't think we should just give it to Trey. If Trey wants to be the man, he should be able to prove he can beat out everyone for the starting position.
Well, that's going to be the case anyway. But you know what's really funny about Baker Mayfield? There's rumor that Tampa Bay Bucks are bringing him in, and they want him to start.
Yeah, I saw those rumors. They have back Kyle Trask. He was unproven.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I was crying a little while ago. I said, how come everybody has their quarterback? Well, Green Bay probably says, but pretty much everybody has their quarterback. Even the Hawks, even though we laugh, but at least it's clear that Geno Smith is going to be their quarterback. The Rams, Stafford's going to be the quarterback. The Cardinals, unfortunately for them, Kyler Murray is going to be the quarterback, although I don't know if he's healed up or not. You look around at Dak Prescott. He's going to come back as the Cowboys quarterback. Hurst is going to come back for the Eagles. What do you say about the 49ers? It's unknown at this hour who is going to start for the 49ers. It looks like Trey Lance is in the driver's seat as as Brock Purdy is not actually known how long it's going to take him to recover, but it's projected to be a 6-month period. We go through this every year in some way, shape, fashion, or form.
Yeah. I just think we should get to whatever we bring in, give him an opportunity to compete, because no QB is going to want to come to the 49ers to be a third-string quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
When they said something about,
he
doesn't want to be a third stringer.
Yeah, Mariota left. He he left Atlanta, packed his stuff, and just got in his car and drove home. I've never heard of anything like that. So that's really kind of funny. So I don't know. He's not going to come here, and to a situation where they say, "Well, we're going to bring you in as a backup." I don't think so. I'm not coming in to back up anybody. So thanks anyway for calling me. And he's out of here. You know.
I mean, Jacoby Brissett, he played well for Cleveland in the 11 games he played. He's going to probably want to be a starter somewhere if he can. He's not going to want to be a third stringer.
Yeah. See, that's why it's going to be hard to get somebody. We're in real trouble with that. That's why I believe Papa Dragon when he says Jimmy Ward's running around saying we got a quarterback problem. We do. Really.
Oh, that's true.
This year it's more serious than it has been since 2017. Because at least in the last few years we knew who might start. And we'd feel good about that. We still could predict our record. But this year, Brock, we don't know how long it's going to take his arm to get ready. Is Trey Lance ready? He hasn't had any more training since he went down. And at the point he went down, he needed a lot more. So he's pretty much, for all intents and purposes, the same kid that went down last year, a little after this time. So there's still a lot for him to learn. Can Kyle do it? Can he whip him into shape? He's only got a few months.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just bring someone in. Say, we're going to let you compete for the starting job. To maybe they'll give Trey some extra motivation to show us what he can really do.
Meanwhile, you got to know if Purdy comes back
he's got
healthy,
the talent. I just don't know if we have the time for him
has
to
time
develop.
for training. With this unit, these guys are veterans now. They need somebody who can get it done. So, because you look at now, and you know Kyle's going to fall in love with Brock Purdy, right? Because Brock Purdy, the offense actually moves with him. And this is pretty much the bottom line with Kyle. Even though Purdy goes off script way too much, and that's going to be a problem with him and Kyle at some point, but they still move the ball. And that's what's important to Kyle. But, you know, that's why, and Trey may have the most upside between the two for sure. But he needs to do it now. We can't wait. Is that possible?
Trey's got the most upside, but he's also got the lowest floor.
And the last season was invaluable toward his training. Invaluable. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Well, we're going to find out because you know how 49ers remain calm. Like Lynch and Shannon remain calm. You'll never see anything in what they're saying or when they're doing their media conferences. You'll never get any indication that things are looking a little crazy. They're really good at hiding their emotion. And when the media conference, they're probably sitting there, the hell are we supposed to do? Well, Kyle, listen. Here's what I've got some things I want to go over with you. Now let's calm down, and we're gonna fix this. I bet they're having conversations of that nature. God.
Yeah, well, we're in the best possible predicament and the worst possible predicament at the same time.
Because we got a great team
We have
otherwise.
the most talented try NFL, but no captain to steer the ship.
Yeah, you know, see. And on the defensive side, there's a couple of names we got to get back. And the offensive line, there's a couple of names. I don't know if the 49ers, because we don't have any money. How in the world we have no money without having signed a person yet is really scary, because I thought we cut a few people.
We got Gibson at least, which is good.
We can say that. Merrick, let's see you Wednesday, and we might be surprised. We may again have something to smile about.
Yeah. You should do your show Thursday, though. That's when free agency starts, is Thursday.
I'll probably go Wednesday and Thursday. Because, yeah. You know what? That's something to do. The day before and after. The day before and of. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Because yeah. All right. All right, Mick. I'll see you then.
All right. See you.
Because, see, my feeling is the poop's going to hit the fan between now and Wednesday anyway. See? Here he comes. Actually, a Rams fan that I always get a kick out of. He is the marketing pro.
Yo, Ronbo, what's up? What's up, man? This is a doomsday for the Rams. I mean, we got to open up an investigation. Maybe Kyle Shanahan wore a McVay mask and made that trade, because that's a Kyle Shanahan trade. Kyle only makes moves like that, not a genius like McVay. However, we're going to put the hot seat on McVay now because that's an acceptable trade. You're talking about the greatest defensive player since Aaron Donald
Only a third
and
round
Lawrence
pick.
Taylor, and you're going to trade him for a third. That makes no goddamn sense. And I ain't got no Hennessy tonight. I'm drinking Diet Mountain Dew, and it's raining. It's a shitty day.
Hey, Mikey, but listen, here's the thing. You got to shed, and you got to shed quickly. You don't want him to walk for free. Hey, isn't there a date if you try to cut him, you don't get a thing for him, right?
We should have got a first and a second for Ramsey. That's all I got to say, man. And it didn't happen. It makes no goddamn sense. We trade him for a third-round pick. Like, what the hell, man? Like, McVay, you better fix this, man. And we're not like the 49er fans. We're not just kissing Kyle Shanahan's behind since we ain't won a Super Bowl since 94.
Hey,
we won a Super Bowl in 2021. We want another one, and you better fix this.
MP, let me ask you this. What'd you give up to get him?
Can
you remember that deal?
Question.
Wasn't it a first-round pick?
I do remember.
Wait a minute, you haven't had any first-round picks.
Yeah, it was. Exactly, man. Maybe Kyle, I'm telling you, that's a Kyle Shanahan move.
No.
Only Kyle makes.
Kyle would have never gave a round. Y'all gave up a first-round pick to get Jalen. Although, that was probably legit. You do give a first-round pick up for Jalen Ramsey. And in fact, matter of fact, I believe you gave up 2.
We did. It was 2 first-rounders for Ramsey, yes.
And he left for a third-round pick. And an auxiliary tight end.
Man, the guy has 1 career reception in his career. 1. The other that is a garbage pick right there. I mean that's just a little fries on the side. We just got a third-round pick, man. But the 49ers and the Rams got to stick together these days because we're in the same boat. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going to go down next season.
Wait. We're not in the same boat. You guys, you know what? You guys have been massacred. It's like Custer's last stand in L.A. Listen, you guys have, what do you got left? I saw they had a little circle of, you had Stafford, you had Aaron Donald, and you had, of course, Cooper Kupp. The caption read, maybe the only untouchable players left in Los Angeles. You got everybody else up for sale.
We need an offensive line. It's going to be an offensive-minded team next year. Our defense is going to struggle because you can't lose a juggernaut like Ramsey. We're going to get lit up. The hope is our offensive line stays well, and Akers comes back like he did the last 3 games of the season. And, when you got one of the all-time top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time, Matthew Dime Stafford, we might have a shot. But now let me ask you a question. What if Trey Lance struggles in training camp again?
I'll be worried.
I ain't
going to lie. I'll be extremely concerned, as will most of 49er fans, because we'll have to come up with a plan B, and I don't know what that could possibly be.
And y'all haven't got a quarterback yet, and Purdy's I heard good news. The surgery went well, so congrats on that. But this year, Trey Lance has to earn it. I think that he's going to have a lot of pressure on him, and I'm not convinced Trey's that guy. He hasn't shown me enough, so that's where we have the advantage. We got a Hall of Fame first ballot quarterback like Matthew Dime Stafford. You guys got an unproven quarterback. You guys putting a lot of chips on that table with Trey Lance. I mean, what good is a stacked team if your captain of the ship is the captain of the Titanic? You might hit an iceberg or something.
No. Kyle Shanahan's got to, first of all, work him in a different fashion, stop running him, and let him learn how to work with the rest of the team. I think they're going to work feverishly on that aspect of his game all season long. He should have done it last year, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing that this year.
Well, he has no choice because you're an ex-ball player. there's no way in hell Trey Lance is going to trust that ankle just right off the bat.
You know,
he's not running through the middle.
Yeah, that's true. He will be shell shocked. He ain't running up no tackle. Yeah, he ain't running. Bob Drag, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Don't look for Trey to be exploding up the middle. No lines. You know, they're probably gonna have to bring in. They're gonna spend some money on a veteran. I don't know how long that veteran. If I had it my way, Fitzpatrick would be on. I'd be on the phone with Fitzpatrick right now. I just need you to go 6 or 7 weeks.
Well, here's the other rumor, unfortunately bad news for the Rams. Jimmy Garoppolo is still hanging around, and I was reading an article that there is a possibility
I noticed that.
Jimmy could be back because Jimmy ain't got the bites he was expecting in the free agency. And, you know, who knows? I mean, who knows the Niners? I mean, they're too quiet about the quarterback situation, but I want Jimmy gone, frankly. If you guys have Jimmy back, then we got some problems. But,
Bro, you know,
that's the situation. I read about it that Jimmy they're talking to Jimmy, but they're not trying to make it out there like that.
I don't think. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jimmy's not interested in coming back with the 49ers. He's probably had enough of the 49ers anyway. So yeah, I don't think you need to worry about that. But here's the thing: you guys do have you guys have holes now. I mean, the organization looks like Swiss cheese, marketing pro. You guys got a lot of gaps to fill. And you think we were joking about Aaron Donald? Think about that. Sell me on the idea that Aaron Donald's going to come back. Before we run out of time.
Well, Aaron Donald is a Ram. He doesn't want to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? He got the ring, right? He got the Super Bowl ring. Mm-hmm. Now it's just icing on the cake. Why'd you want to go anywhere else other than the best franchise in football, the Los Angeles Rams? And we don't ever count out a genius like McVay. I'm hoping he's got something under his sleeve we ain't seen yet. Maybe there's a secret trade. Maybe there's a miracle that can happen. But that Ramsey trade, man, that I don't know, man. I think the fans are tripping right now because Ramsey, we gave him away for free. You know, that shouldn't have went down like that. That is something Kyle does.
You had to get something. That was the best deal they probably got. By the way,
I was expecting a first and a second for Ramsey. That's what my expectation was.
Smith S. says you guys are right to get a damn canoe. Listen, here's the thing. What do you anticipate at this hour? What is going to be in Week 17 the record for the Los Angeles Rams?
If our offensive line stays healthy, we might be a wild card team. That's the hope.
You do expect to scratch the surface of the playoffs.
I do. I still do. When you got Cooper Kupp, you got Matthew Dime Stafford. Hopefully he can stay in one piece. And then, and don't forget, we got Lance McClutchin, Montana State, 6'3". He's just like, what's his name, Jennings. He's just like him. He got hurt last year. And we're going to have a healthy Jefferson, right? Skoranek played really good. And Baker looks like he's going to stay. The 49ers are going to sign him. So that's our hope. We're going to be an offensive juggernaut. But we're not going to be as good as on defense now. And
just try to score 80, 90 points a week and see if you can hold that lead.
I don't know about 80, 90. It might be problems, though. I'll tell you that. We lost our linebackers, too, Floyd and Wagner.
Yeah.
So, I thought that's why we were going to, keep Ramsey maybe or get a first and a second. So now it's looking a little – maybe you had a little point in your other calls like the Rams might be in a little trouble. So, we'll see, man. I got my fingers crossed,
But it's like you need to cross everything you can cross. Market Pro, always a pleasure. Too much fun. I tell you what, I'll be back Wednesday and Thursday. And
yeah, and we got to stick together. We're in the same boat, man. Y'all ain't
no, we're not.
in safe waters either.
No, we're riding a cruiser. We just got to get the captain up there. But you're in a canoe. You're in a canoe, Market Pro. You guys got to get a boat, and you can't go through whitewater rafting with a canoe. Well, you can, but it's risky.
Let's hope for the best. All right, Ronbo. Peace out.
Peace out. Fam, I mean, okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and make like a tree and leave. Thanks to the Constitution tonight, Jashawn. Appreciate hearing from you. And fam, don't forget to hit like. I like likes. It makes me feel like, my ego gets stroked. Yes, everyone loves to be loved. Please subscribe and hang out. We have this kind of fun all the time. It's the first time you've tuned in. It gets more outrageous as we get toward the season. You'll love it. See, Wednesday. I'm going to try to make Wednesday and Thursday. If something crazy happens between now and tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. All right? Meanwhile, fam, have a great night. And if you got time, you feel like you just want to beat up on somebody, come on over to Twitter. Ronbo Sports, my name never changes on any social media. And check out the Rams fans. I mean, we've been sparring for over 2 weeks as the Rams are out of control. They really feel that they have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to talk the trash they be talking. Unreal. Anyway, I'll see you later on this week. Oh, hey, Tommy Huxley, Marky Pro, most delusional fan of all time. Rams are out of control these days, seriously.